Get dangerous. Get dangerous. Shameless. Facing. Shameless. Get dangerous. That's my.
Hello everybody! Welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. I hope you're all doing well. Happy Thursday afternoon, my friends. Thank you very much for coming to hang out with me today. First and foremost, Mitchell, thank you very much, man, for 20 months as a first-class member, and then, of course, gifting 10 members to the channel. Incredibly kind. Thank you very, very much, Mitchell. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. And guys, if you did get a gifted membership, please make sure you say thank you in chat to Mitchell. Thank you very much, Mitchell. I appreciate you. Grant, thank you very much for 5 months as well. So 5 months in and many more to come. Grant, thank you very much for your support, my friend. Appreciate you as well. Huge no floaties, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Glad to see you're enjoying your time as a first-class member here on the channel. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate you. Gary P, good to see you. Joe, good to see you. Leonard, good to see you. Mocking, good to see you. Max Medcraft, welcome. Yuckfu, good to see you, man. Frog Jello, good to see you. Captain Will, how are you, man? Good to see you, dude. Picture Person, welcome back. Quick Match, good to see you. 2Wicked14, welcome back. Hope all is well. Once again, thanks for joining me today, friends. I really do appreciate it. I hope everybody's had a wonderful start to the week. It is Thursday. We're almost through another week, friends. Friday is tomorrow, and then we've got the weekend to flight sim. As you can see here in front of us, something that I've spoke about weeks ago, wanting to do like NHL charter. Don't pay attention to the... We'll just pretend that this old man walking to the aircraft is an NHL player, okay? Maybe he's the GM. We are doing NHL. Charter ops. So Air Canada Jetz, they have a couple different liveries. They have some of the older ones as well. This is a, I don't know if they painted this for this year or something like that, maybe to be a little bit special. We're doing some Air Canada Jets. Air Canada actually has contracts with a lot of NHL teams. Believe it or not, Air Canada Jets even flies like some of the American teams and stuff like that. I know that the other day, the flight actually that we're doing this evening was Florida coming up to Toronto, and then we're going to do the return flight. So we're going to take home the Florida Panthers tonight in our stream. We're going to be flying from Toronto down to Fort Lauderdale. So it's pretty cool. Not only do they charter Canadian teams, they also have a bunch of contracts with U.S. teams and stuff like that as well. So pretty cool. A little bit of an idea, something different, you know. We wouldn't necessarily usually get a flight from like Ottawa to Columbus. That's not really a flight that would happen. Yeah, pretty cool. So today we're flying the Ottawa Senators down to play the Columbus Blue Jackets. They're playing tomorrow evening. So this is they probably left this morning, to be honest with you. I don't know if they've left yet, but my guess is that this flight probably already happened this morning as the team gets there. Maybe even yesterday. I know that the team usually gets there about 24 to 48 hours before games and stuff like that. So I thought it would be a really fun idea. As mentioned, we've spoke about this on the channel, I think a couple months ago. about doing these types of ops and stuff like that. Again, it gets us to fly to different airports, gets us kind of routes that we usually wouldn't fly and stuff like that. We've got 60-something passengers on board today. We're accounting for team, medical, crew, staff, the players, everybody. I don't know how many people travel with an NHL team. I would assume it's probably between 50 and 60 people, I would assume. The players with all the staff and with all the doctors and GM and coaches and all that fun stuff that happens as well. So, yeah, JQB, thank you very much, man, for celebrating 28 months. As 10-minute misconduct on the plane, please. Thank you for the support, sir. Appreciate you, man. It is a very beautiful aircraft. I really do enjoy it. And we're actually over here at the Sky Service. So this is exactly where the NHL players would this is where the plane would park. Obviously, I don't think it would park like this because we're kind of in this weird spot. I don't know exactly how we're going to push ourselves back. We'll have to probably just do our own like custom pushback or something like that. But yeah, should be a great one. I'm very much looking forward to this one. Thank you, JQB. I appreciate you, man. And we've got Dimitri Lorenzo coming in with 33 months as well. Dimitri, thank you very much for the continued support of the channel, man. 33 months as a business class member. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Thank you very much for support. I really do appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a few dad trips going on right now in the NHL. We will pretend the oldies are the dads getting on the plane. See, there you go. Absolutely. Can you reenact VS 100 and the 77? It's a special flight with 100% SAF. I have no clue what that is, Captain USA. Throw that into the flight suggestion channel. I might be able to take a look at that, man. MV, good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Just picked up the A340, just doing some repeat landings before flying it. Nice. Enjoy it, man. Hope you're enjoying it. It's a real great aircraft. I assume you're speaking about the Tollus A340. Morgus, good to see you. Nicholas, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Caleb, good to see you. First Officer Caleb. Okay, you get to take all the blame, though, Caleb, if anything happens today. Be careful. How about the that tussle with the Senators game the other night? Good stuff. I mean, I wish they showed that much heart and actually playing the game instead of all the shenanigans that happens after the whistle and shit. I don't know what's going on with that team right now, man. I'm 99% sure that the coach is going to get fired if we lose like 1 or 2 more games before we go on like some type of winning streak. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that team, man. On paper, they should be much better than they are playing. That's for sure. Chris, I'm doing well, man. Good to see you, dude. I hope you're doing well as well. Welcome back. Scott, good to see you, man. Bomb Tech, good to see you, dude. Xander, hello, my friend. Good to see you. Cactress, good to see you. I'm sniped, but I changed my username. Cactress. Nice. Okay, cool. Any builds A32 and O'Neill will not be released with Sim Update 14. Yes, I did see that news. I saw that Jörg Newman, the owner, developer, whatever you want to call it, lead developer at for Microsoft Flight Simulator, has stated that there are still far too many problems with the aircraft and it will not be releasing with Sim Update 14, which sucks. But if I know any builds and I know anything about any builds, I know that they'll be hard at work fixing the issues that people are having with the aircraft right now. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest with you. Maybe that's why they went through like the whole beta process. Maybe this is exactly why they kind of left it for the beta process, something like that. But nonetheless, I'm sure in due time we'll be able to get the aircraft out to us. But yeah, I mean, if the aircraft is having problems and it's crashing and it's not behaving the way that it should, then I think they made the right call. Just delay it. It's a free aircraft. It's not like we're paying for it. It's not like it, it is what it is. And I think it kind of falls in suit. You see a lot of delays right now in the Microsoft Flight Sim world, and this kind of just adds to it, right? So, yeah. Just a weird idea. Would you ever do flights in an air ambulance? They tend to fly like much smaller aircraft and stuff like that. Maybe if we get into flying some GA stuff in that, but for the most part, we mainly fly commercial jets. So I don't know if there's too many air ambulances that are flying commercial. There might be. I don't know. Pitchforks. No, it's good, man. It's a 60 livery. It is. It's absolutely beautiful, man. In my understanding, they only have one of their A320 jets painted in this livery. I don't know if this is a theme. They're gonna paint all of their aircraft this color and like this. I don't know, but this is a damn beautiful airplane. I will say that the contrast, the black with the red with the white, it's just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Anyways, friends, let's go ahead and jump inside the aircraft. Let's get this bad boy program ready to rock and roll. We've got the Ottawa Senators on board, so we got precious cargo. Well, some would think precious cargo. And we're flying down to Columbus to drop them off at for their game tomorrow evening. Now, I don't exactly know where they're parking in Columbus. I know that there's an FBO here with U.S. Customs. I'm assuming that the aircraft is going to go here. I don't know. There's also an FBO over here, but there's no customs over here. This seems more of like the general aviation FBO. This seems like the chartered flights FBO. I don't know if this is where they should be parking, or if they come down here, or if they come down here. There's a couple FBOs here. I'm going to go with this one right here because I'm assuming that they still have to pass. They park at the FBO north of Delta 5. Okay, so it's right here. So that is where they park, as I was presuming, just because of the U.S. Customs. I know that they still have to go through customs and stuff like that. I don't know how it works leaving these like, I don't know if there's U.S. Customs here. I know that in most major Canadian airports, like if you're flying down to the U.S., you clear customs in Canada before you get to the U.S. I don't know if that's the case here with these guys. They might have custom agents here, and they may clear customs before they get there, but regardless, should be a lot of fun. It's supposed to be for charter services. What's that, Jamie? This aircraft? Yeah, I'm just wondering if they're going to paint any more of them. Hey, Cap, do you have any knowledge about icing the Phoenix A320? Because my speed tape is frozen during landing for no reason, and all the heaters were on. It shouldn't be. Icing in Microsoft Flight Simulator is a little bit weird, but you may be able to figure it out. I don't know. Just make sure, yeah, like you said, just make sure all of your anti-ice is on. It could be a bug. I don't know if I've ever had that bug where the freeze tape fails or something like that, but speed tape, sorry, yeah. When the PC-12 comes out next week, you could do so many Canadian hops with tons of air ambulance in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Quebec, and BC. Maybe. Like I said, though, man, you know me, Brady. You've known me for years now. I don't really fly a lot of GA stuff. It's just not my interest, man. I don't have anything wrong with it. It's just, if I'm loading up my flight simulator, 99% of the time, I want to come in here and I want to fly my commercial jets around, you know, so, yeah. You had to go through U.S. Customs in Dublin. Yeah, I mean, well, the U.S. is so big, right, and they've got so much, so it depends where you're flying in and out of. You may be able to get through customs. I know, like, as a Canadian, I always pass through U.S. Customs before I even leave Canada. So if I fly in and out of Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, Vancouver, I go through customs before I even get to the U.S. So when I land in the U.S., it's basically like I'm a domestic traveler. I just go on my day. You know what I mean? So I do enjoy that. But that makes sense. The U.S. is just so big, right? So much money on immigration and that type of stuff. So they can afford that type of stuff. They can afford to have people living outside of the country. So, hey, Cap, quick question. Do you have a showcase on how your OBS settings are for streaming on YouTube? Do I have a... No, because honestly, man, OBS settings are something that you're going to have to, like, look into. There's, like, a baseline for OBS settings, but... it's all about your internet connection. It's all about, you know, what type of computer you have. What type, are you streaming off one PC? Are you doing dual PC streams? There's so many, like, little things that you have to go through with OBS that I really find it's user preferences. Like I said, there's a baseline. There's tons of tutorials out there. You can kind of see, like, what your bit rate, what you should set your bit rate at, and then based on your internet connection, you can kind of switch that out. So I would suggest maybe doing that. Yeah. I got swabbed for explosive in London one time after I just got back from 6 months stint in Iraq. Positive for RXD, TNT, and dynamite. Had to pull out my orders. Jesus, dude, that's crazy. When I was when I was going to California, they pulled over this couple who were, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 people behind me, and I was right beside the machine, and they swabbed the girl's purse and inside her purse, and traces of cocaine came back, and I had a pretty good laugh. I was like, well, we know what they're doing on the weekend, having a little bit of party. And then they took both of them, they walked them into the back room, and then about 10 or 15 minutes later, they both came out, and they actually brought them to the front of the security line, and then they went through security. So maybe just having a little bit of a party. Hey, Cap, would Microsoft Flight Simulator run on a 1765 Hertz 27-inch monitor? Yes, of course. The Hertz mean nothing to do with it. When it comes to Flight Sim, Hertz don't. That's more for, like, first-person shooters and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Maybe Sniff. Hey, what's up? Flyboy, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. A little bit of nose candy? Oh, yes. She had a Bolivian snowstorm in her nostril. Something's going on. The booger sugar, yeah. Absolutely. Bro, I was just flying on Newport 1-6. This 9-year-old child got tested for explosive. Yeah, I mean, sometimes sometimes I feel like it just triggers for nothing. But, you know, I just find it's funny whenever, like, usually it's me that gets selected for the random security test. I've already mentioned this before. Although lately, the past, like, 4 or 5 times I've traveled, it hasn't been me. It's been either people behind me, people in front of me. So, yeah, it's I feel lucky now. Knock on wood. It's not going to be me who gets randomly selected every single time. Because, like, for years, every time I would travel down to the U.S. for, like, World Flight or, not World Flight, sorry, Flight Sim Expo or any of these other things, I would always get, oh, hi, excuse me, sir, this is just a random check. You mind emptying your bag? And if you have a laptop or phone or tablet, please take it out and blah, 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 blah. And every time, dude, every time. Anyways, friends, we're already fully boarded. The players are sitting on the aircraft. Let's jump inside. Let's get this bad boy program ready to rock and roll. We've got about an hour and a half into Columbus for the first leg, and then we're repositioning the aircraft from Columbus to Toronto for our flight this evening. First things first, external power's coming on. We'll get battery switch 1 and 2. Let's get our Deers left side, right side, and center. We'll continue the flows down here. Cap can come on. We'll get ground control on as well. Crew supply can go on. Nav and logo lights on. AP master start switch is on. No smoking to the auto position. We'll arm our emergency exits, and we'll go ahead and bump our cargo heat to the aft position. Beautiful. Let's come down here. Let's go to our electronic flight bag. Let's go ahead and punch in some numbers down here, get this bad boy programmed and ready. We're going to import our flight. Random. TSA saw those luscious fuzzy wuzz or ginger buns and wanted a close-up. Thankfully, I've never been like pulled into secondary or something like that. Wait, why is it doing that? Unit mismatch. Hold on. I thought I changed everything already. Units, pounds, there we go, should be kilo, and then all of that should be set. Yeah, I went through everything, I guess I just forgot that. We'll re-import, yes, we don't get a unit mismatch error. There we go. We've got 27 minutes to departure. We should be fine. I believe we're taking runway 25 right behind us. Let's go to our mass and balance tab here today. We've got 70 passengers on the aircraft. We've got 1,150 kilograms of cargo, all the hockey gear, and we've got 6,500 kilograms of fuel. We're going to go ahead and load the aircraft. We're going to go instant. It's going to go ahead and load that up there. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and come down here to the McDo. We're going to go to our knit ref. We're going to do our knit request. Air Canada 8113. Now, I don't really know the actual call signs that they use. The only thing that I know is any Air Canada and most charter flights within Canada start with the number 8 and they're 4 digits. That's the only thing, it's the only information that I could find out. I don't know if I've ever seen one of these flights on like Flight Radar or something like that. So, yeah, Greg, thank you very much, man, for 11 months. Appreciate you. Says, hello, Cap. 1 more month till the captain's badge. My man, huge no floaties too, Greg. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you, my friend. And Omar, thank you very much as well for your business class subscription, my friend. Appreciate you guys. Huge no floaties. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Patrick Kane to the Detroit Red Wings. I mean, whatever, dude. The guy's fucking, what, 36 years old, just came off major hip surgery. I don't think you're getting the Patrick Kane that you probably think you're getting, but hey, you know what? Patty Kane with invalid flight plan uplink. Why would I be getting that in? Why would I get that information? Invalid flight plan uplink. Is my AirAC out of date? What AirAC are we on here? Did AirAC update today, chat? Did we get a new AirAC? I'm trying to see what AirAC we're on here. We might have had an update. I don't know why. I guess we had an update to the AirAC. It updated today. That would be why. Okay, we'll manually put this in. It's not too big of a deal. It's not a long flight or anything like that. CYOW. I was wondering why it wasn't working, and that would be exactly why. CYOW over to KCMH. Good. We'll throw that up into there. We've got our call sign Air Canada 8113. We've got all that. 2312 was updated. Update today. Okay, I'll make sure we do that. Yeah. Well, no, but it's still Patrick Kane. I'll take 35-year-old Patrick Kane over some scrubs out there. Yes and no. Like I said, is he going to benefit the team? Obviously, it's to what extent, right? The guy hasn't played in 8 months. He hasn't played hockey in 8 months. He just came off major hip surgery. I don't know, man. I think even if you do get the Patty Kane that you think you're going to get, it's probably not happening for a good another couple months. But I don't know, man. Alex DeBrincat had a crazy start to the season for Detroit, and he's since very much slowed down. He started off like NHL goal leader, and now he hasn't scored in like, I don't know, he's got like 3 goals in 13 games or something like that. So maybe that's, maybe that's somebody that's going to, him and Patty Kane had some pretty crazy chemistry in Chicago, right? But we'll see, man. We shall see. Blame Smitty for not telling you. Yeah, you're right, man. Smitty always sends me a DM. Hey, AirAC update available. None of that today. At least it's away from the Blackhawks mess. Dude, tell me about it, man. Holy macaroni. Okay, Nightbot's not giving me the weather. Nightbot, can I please have the weather for Ottawa? Thank you. See if Nightbot gives it to me one more time. If not, we'll just go. Oh, no, we'll just go over here. We'll go to Ottawa and weather. Winds are 210, 12, gusting 21. I can confirm from walking Daisy this morning, those winds look accurate. It is gusty out there. So we're going to plan runway 25 for departure today. We're going to be in the Ottawa 4 departure. We'll go and insert that. Beautiful. Hello, Captain. Is this your home airport? It is, yes. And from there, we're going to go direct to Tukir. It sucks that I have to insert all of this, but I will fix this for later, chat. All right, Tukir is in there. Beautiful. From Tukir, we're jumping on an airway. Man, it's been a while since I've had to go like this. Oh, my goodness. Quebec 806. Good thing you remember this, right? But Quebec 806 over to Goose. I guess that would be Goose. I don't know. We'll insert that. Beautiful. Insert. Good. Continue to scroll down. Good. And then from Goose, we're going direct to Gentry. Maybe? I don't even know these waypoints. Gentry, good. And then we're jumping on the arrival. What are the winds and weather doing in KCMH? We'll grab that. RB211, what's up, man? Good to see you. Stefan, thanks so much, man, for 1 month. Appreciate the support, dude. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Incredibly kind, man. ZCap, hope all is well. All is well, man. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you, man. Incredibly kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody's trying to get their own METARs in, so it's not working. So I'm just going to go over here. Weather, winds are 190, 12, gusting 18. 190. So what can we expect for 190? We could literally take either, no matter what runway we're doing, it's going to be a beautiful crosswind. That's going to be, I feel like that's almost crosswind limits, is it not, chat? 18 knots on the crosswind. That's going to be nasty. Where are they landing right now? Let's go have a look-see here at Flight Radar 24, KCMH. Where are you landing? Columbus. What are they doing right now? Columbus looks like they are... What did you do? Did you just arrive or you're leaving? You're going to Philadelphia. Did you arrive? No. Did you arrive? You just arrived on 28 left. So I would guess that they are doing Bombardier Global 5000. Jeez, somebody's into there. Okay, so I guess they're landing 28 left. I don't really see anybody coming in here. He's going to Philadelphia. Okay, well, we'll plan for 28 left then, I guess. It's going to be pretty gnarly. Hopefully the winds kind of figure themselves out. We're going to be on the C-Bus 2 arrival for the ILS 28 left. Well, yeah, I guess we'll take 28 left. We probably should take 28 right. What are we coming in like that? That's fine because we'll just take it out like that. It should be fine. Okay, 28 left. We're going to be on the C-Bus 2 arrival and our approach via... what do we want here? We want our approach via. Let's go to our approaches and approach 28 left. Pin that. Have a look-see. There's Appleton, VOR, and Hammond. The Ape and Hammond. I just don't know the C-Bus. That's fine. Okay, we'll take it via Hammond. And that'll plug that in. Good. We'll insert that. Ooh, wonderful. Cool. Go back to our knit ref page. Let's go to our knit B. Let's go ahead and plug in some information here. 50.7 30.0. 50.7/30.0. Good. I forgot the slash. 50.7/30. Good. Block fuel. 6.6 we'll call it. Good. And then we'll scroll back here. We're looking for a cost index of 5 initially. We're going up to 38,000 feet. So cost index of 5 up to 38,000 feet, and then we'll change the cost index. That'll give us best climb performance. Everything's good there. Wonderful. We'll go to our performance numbers. Let's go and grab our perf numbers up top here. Departure performance. Runway 25. Surface conditions are dry. We're going to do a flaps 1 departure. Force toga no, anti-ice off. Packs will be on. Sync load sheet, sync live weather. Go ahead and calculate our V speeds. Probably going to be pretty low numbers. Yeah, 120, 129, 129. 120, 129, 120. It's going to be cool to do a flight. We're basically doing an empty flight for our second flight, chat. For the repositioning flight, 1/up 0.1. 1/up 0.1. And we're going with a flex. It said 68 degrees today. Beautiful. Cool. APU's going on. We'll get the beacon light on. We'll get the seatbelt signs on. We'll get the fuel pumps on. Go and spool up all of this goodness. We'll get the aircraft ready to go. I don't know what the hell we're going to do for pushback. I guess we're going to see what we're going to do for pushback, but yeah. Airbus and climbouts are like cats and dogs, natural enemies. Just 70 passengers? Yeah, man, we're doing a charter flight, so we're flying the Ottawa Senators around today. So it's just a charter flight, man. So, yeah. A charter flight. Go to our AlexSiu menu, go to the AOC menu, received messages, load sheet, accept that. 70 plus 3. Apparently we have 3 children on board as well. Senators Columbus Jetz flight is Air Canada 7047. See, interesting, when I did some research, I couldn't find any information about it, Fabio. When I did my research last night, it said that Air Canada always operates a call sign of 8 something. So it's 8 and then four numbers, so yeah. Excited about Sim Update 15. They are backporting the new ground physics from Microsoft 2024 to 2020. I didn't see that. No, when is that happening? We're on 14 right now, right? Fly Lilo? So that'll be interesting to see how that kind of works. Yeah. Yesterday I flew into Iqaluit and the Canadian North 737 landed in a crosswind gusting 74 knots. Jesus. That's insane. How did the aircraft even touch down? That's wild. FYI, you can see the real-world ATIS and Navigraph on the same page as the weather. It's its own tab. Is that a new thing? Wait. FYI, you can see the real-world ATIS in Navigraph on the same page as the weather. It's on its own tab. Weather, ATIS. Oh, here. Ah, that's kind of cool. So weather, ATIS, no real ATIS available. Well, I'll be damned. Probably doesn't work for Canadian airports, right? Probably only works for American airports because that's probably the only place they can grab the information, right? I would assume. Runway 25 for us today, though. Nice short little taxi. Thanks for the info, Andy. It's good to know. APU's on. APU bleed is on. External power comes off. Let's come down here. Go to our Phoenix tab. Go to our ground services. Release the ground power. Remove the wheel chocks. Good. Let's go to GSX. We are going to prepare for pushback and departure. I don't know how this is going to work. Nope, we don't need any ice treatment. We're fine.
Please stand by for engine start.
About to start some hockey ops too. Love the livery. Nice, JJ. Good to see you, man. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well, man. FlightAware has a forum of all pro hockey team charters and flight numbers, some with other pro sports. FlightAware. Interesting. I'll definitely take a look at that. Is Navigraph worth it? Absolutely. Yes. Do you not have the YOW scenery? I do. Yeah. We're over here, man. We're over at the Sky Services. This is the Roman Design. I think it's Roman Design, isn't it? The Roman Design Ottawa International. No, I got it, man. Yeah, we're just the sends don't depart out of here. They depart out of over here, man. Here's the old. It's crazy that this was the old airport, chat. I'm not even joking. This was the size of Ottawa International Airport before they built this. I don't know, what, 5-10 years ago they built all that?
Watch the crosswind in Columbus.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. Joe, thanks, man. Appreciate you, dude. Huge no floaties, man. Thank you. Incredibly kind, man. Appreciate you, dude. Charter operations of the 788. I don't know who's doing charter 788s, but I'd like to be their friend. That's for damn sure. Let's go initial climb, 10,000. We'll bug it up more afterwards. Good. Everything looks good there. And then we're going to go ahead and throw in our squawk. Actually, we'll just keep our squawk at 2,000. Nice and easy. We'll keep that in there. Beautiful. Let's rip some pens. There you go. Tasty. I'm going to quick edit. Shit, it's been so long since I've quick edit, chat. Hold on, I gotta open up the thing. I don't even remember how to control it. GSX settings. Good. How do I scroll it? Okay, so move object forward, up arrow. Okay, move you like this. No. Like that. And then what is it? How do I rotate? There it is. want the world's shortest pushback. We're like, don't push us into the grass. That should be good right there. And then enter. Okay. Park brake released. Alright, don't worry about that. We're fine. Engine mode selector to the start position. Everything's good upstairs. Packs are turning off. Good. Let's go ahead and spool up engine number 2. Enjoy. How different is flying an A320 versus 737? I'm a sim pilot flying a 737, but wondering how different it would be to change to a 320. It's very different. Yeah, the whole fly-by-wire system is very different. Yeah, park brake is set. Reggie, thanks so much, man, for 9 months. I appreciate you, dude. Huge no floaty. Says, aviate, navigate, fornicate. Happy YouTube, baby cap. Reggie, I wouldn't expect anything less, my man. Huge no floaties to you, dude. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you, man. Incredibly kind. Thank you, Reggie. I hope you're having a wonderful day, man. Thank you for supporting the streams the way you do. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you, dude. Incredibly kind.
Unlocking gear.
Beautiful. Oh, slam the nose down, no problem. Let's pull up engine number 1. World record pushback. Pretty quick, pretty simple. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they would actually probably park the aircraft like this so that there was no pushback required and then they could just pull out of here. I'm assuming that's what they do. They also said Microsoft 2024 is after Sim Update 16. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So I would assume it probably sometime in the spring/summer for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I wonder if they're going to have I wonder if they're going to release it before the expo in Vegas, or kind of like gear. Maybe they'll have all at the expo. We can like kind of play it and see it and then kind of, yeah, but it'll be cool to see them bring the ground physics, and very interested in that. Flight model and ground physics. Very interested in that. Gigliotis, how are you, my friend? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. What's it called? It is short, yeah. Microsoft 2024 or Airsoft 330, which comes first? Probably 2024, to be honest with you. Laps 1. Got 2 good engines. Engine mode selector back to the normal position. I don't know why the stairs haven't moved yet. They're kind of still just sitting right there. APU comes off. APU bleed goes off. Good. Nose light over to taxi. We need our trim value. Flight control. Trim value is up 0.1, which we've got it set to now. Wonderful. Everything else looks good there. Ground spoilers arm. Predictive wind shear system on. And auto brake. Over to max RTO. And there we go. We're good to go. We'll leave you on flight plan. We'll leave that like that. Wonderful. Cool. Park brake comes off. And I guess we're going out this way. Cool. Pull ourselves forward. I see another aircraft starting to taxi as well now. I think the TFDI MD-11 comes out somewhat soon for the people that are not an early release. It was 2 months after the beta release of the sim, so I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. I'm not too sure. Looks like we've got Air Canada Rouge out there, so we're going to wait for these guys. Throw myself onto Unicom as well. 122.8. Good. Aiden celebrating 14 months. Huge no floaties to you, Aiden. Thanks so much for your support, man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Incredibly kind, man. Really do appreciate you, dude. Thank you. We've got an Air Canada Rouge and another Air Canada behind him as well. When we reach cruise control, can I take control, please? Yeah, sure. Yes. Aiden, thanks for the 14 months, man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Look at that. Air Canada Rouge, probably going to some tropical donation. Destination. I was reading that, sorry. Joe, thank you for the donation. I appreciate you, man, with a $5 dono. Huge no floaties to you, Joe. Thank you, man. The Blue Jackets say they will donate $1,000 USD for you to arrive late. I bet they do. Really worried about 24 because the add-ons were built for 2020. Because 2024's mechanics are going to be different from 2020, the add-on may not perform properly in the new sim. Maybe. I completely understand that thought process, Jello. I get you on that one, but you have to think about it this way too. Even if things don't work exactly the way that they should, it should be an easy update for developers, right? A couple tweaks, a couple this, a couple that, right? You also have to remember, man, you know, Microsoft isn't stupid. I don't think that they're going to put us in a position where none of our add-ons are going to work and stuff like that. It may not even have anything to do with the aircraft. It could just be the ground physics, right? Maybe flight models staying the same, but it could just be the ground physics and the way that the aircraft interacts with the ground. So I'm not too worried. A lot of these developers, you know, they may have to put an update out. Sure, there may have to be like some incremental updates and stuff like that, but I don't, you know, they're not going to have to rebuild these aircraft from the ground up. Sure, maybe some tweaking needs to be done or something like that, but yeah. I do not have the mini FCU. Nope, I never got sent one. For whatever reason, I don't know why. I never got my mini FCU. So I don't know. I don't know how it is. I've heard from other people it's good though. Yeah. I've seen a couple of the pricings though. I mean, it's kind of, I mean, just to give you an example, Dan bought the mini FCU. It was, no, they never responded, Will. Dan bought the mini FCU. It was $130 to get it shipped to his house. He paid more in shipping than he did the actual physical unit. And I've heard of a lot of other people also dealing with the same issues. It was $80 to get it shipped, and then there was like a $30 or $40 tax on it, and then the import tax because it's coming directly from China, and then there's other things too. Anyways, it ended up being almost $130 is what Dan paid on top of paying for the actual physical unit. And I've heard other people as well have had a little bit of an issue and cost quite a bit. So I feel like that kind of takes away the whole cost of, you know, I feel that kind of takes everything away from it if you're trying to save money on something. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Going to try my luck on VATSIM today, Ontario to Vegas. Hope I don't get banned. Nah, you'll be fine, man. You'll be fine. I haven't received an email yet either. I pre-ordered. Yeah, it's really weird. I didn't pre-order, Andy, but they sent me an email now. I've gone over the story 15 times now already. They basically sent me an email. They asked if I wanted to be involved. I initially said no. They sent an email back saying, well, V1 was on board and anyways, they named a bunch of content creators and they were like, all of these guys are on board with us, like Blue Games, V1, a couple other guys as well. So I was like, okay, well, as long as I'm not the only content creator, because I was a little bit scared, right? Like, these guys have never made a product before. I don't know if they were just taking people's money and they were going to run with it. The communication was obviously very broken in English and Chinese, and yeah. Curious, why not say yes and be critical if it sucks? Well, like I said, Will, I didn't want to be the person when they have first contacted me. They didn't say any other content creators. That's a lot, man. I have 75,000, just about to hit 75,000 subscribers. I'm not willing to risk my livelihood. This is how I make my money. This is my job. I'm not willing to risk that to review a $100 product. Come on, man. You're smart enough, Will. I shouldn't have to explain that to you. Why would I risk my reputation and everything that I've built on YouTube to review a product that may not even exist? Right? Like, that was my main concern. What is stopping them from taking everybody's money and fucking off? They're halfway across the world. Who knows what laws even exist in China to stop anything like this? Like, are there even laws that stop? Right? So that was my main thought process was, well, I don't fucking know anything about this company. I'm not willing to put my name on the line for any of that. And that was initially why I had told them, no, I'm not interested in reviewing the product. And then when I said, no, I'm not interested in reviewing the product, they came back to me and said, oh, well, we have a bunch of other content creators like Blue Games, V1 Simulation, EasyJet, SimPilot, and they started listing off all these names. And I was like, oh, well, okay, like, completely different story. If I'm not doing this by myself and I don't have to, you know, I don't have to be the only person who's putting his name on the line, then yeah, that's fine. And it made it also sound a little bit more legit, knowing that they had multiple other content creators also on board, right? It makes it a little bit easier to know that other people are also reviewing the product, so it's not just going to fall on my shoulders and I'm not going to be the one to blame, so to speak. Euro Aviation TV, welcome back, man. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, dude. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know this is completely different, but you still, do you still have the 3080 in your GPU? If so, what's performance like, let's say, at JFK with the Samsung 3D scenery? I don't know about the Samsung scenery. I run the, I run AnyBuild's JFK. It's okay. If you're not streaming or anything like that, it's a really good GPU, I would say. If you're just using it for like regular at-home use, no problem. You should have no problems with a 3080. You're right in being cautious, good man. Well, like I said, dude, I've worked extremely hard to get my YouTube channel up where it is. I'm not willing to risk it for a single product that I've never heard of. Sure, man, it would be cool to have it, but you know what, dude? It's not the end of the world, right? For me, like, it's really not. I fly so many other aircraft. If I was flying Airbus all the time, okay, sure, yeah, maybe it would make a little bit more sense to have it. Would it be nice to have? Sure, absolutely. But like I said, man, I'm not willing to risk everything that I've worked so hard for could be gone like that if I endorse a product that, let's say, isn't even a thing. You know what I mean? So $80 for the mini FCU. If I were to order it, would likely end up closer to $200 after shipping and customs due to how my country does things when it's not made here. Yes, same for us, Harold. That's it. I'm pretty sure it cost Dan close to $250. So again, you have to think like, okay, is it really worth it at that price point? Well, that's going to be subjective. No one's really going to know except you. Is it worth paying? I don't know about you guys in the US who got it. I don't know if you guys have to pay any crazy import fees or something like that. But like in Canada, when we import anything that is not from Canada, we have to pay import fees. We also have to pay what's called, there's another fee attached to it, and I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what it is, but there's an import fee and then there's like a brokerage. That's what it is. There's a brokerage fee. And I don't know exactly what the broker, I'm not a shipping professional. I don't really know what a brokerage fee is. All I know is it's basically like UPS or FedEx or whoever you're importing the product from. It's like all the paperwork that has to be sent to the Canadian government, basically saying like, okay, this person imported this and this is what it is. So you have to pay a brokerage fee, which is another like $30 to $50 depending on what the product is. So for somebody of us like in Canada, it's absurd, right? Like I just said, like Dan paid like 250 Canadian dollars for the product when it's supposed to be like $100 or a cheap alternative. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things you have to remember. It's not just always about like the product. It's also about the taxes and the import fees and the brokerage fees and all kinds of other shit that come with it, right? All right, let's do it, friends. Throttle's up to 40%. Enjoy the departure. Get you guys coming up to 10,000 feet. Throttle's to 40%. Looking good. Chrono's on. Let's get it. Menflex 68 SRS runway auto thrust blue. Takeoff power set. Slight nose down pressure on the stick. Airspeed's alive. The thing's going to be a rocket ship. 100 knots. We're neutral. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Ooh, wind gust. Gear up. Literal rocket ship. Actual rocket ship. For the first time in Airbus's history. Throttles to climb. Slight nose down, gaining our speed up to 250 knots. Coming up to 3,000 feet, I'm going to send us direct to here. Is that Trudeau? No, that's just Canada itself, man. Canada's always been like that. Every chance the government has to take money out of our pockets, they're going to do it. It's always been like that, man. $70-something import fees for what? Because I bought a product that wasn't made in Canada? It's absurd. Nothing gets made in Canada. Ground spoilers disarmed. Runway turnoffs coming off. Nose lights coming off. Wing lights coming off. And we'll buck up our cruise altitude. We're going up to 38,000 feet. 38,000 feet. Beautiful. We'll go flaps clean. 220 knots. Yep, absolutely, Harold. I hear you, man. I hear you, man. Alrighty. Basically straight out now, 6,500 feet. We'll get autopilot 1 on and bring you guys back up into the flight deck. Sounds can come back just a little bit. And there we go. Climbing out of Ottawa. Beautiful. Hello, Cap. Did you see my DM Discord? I did see it, Johan. Yeah, maybe that's one thing we can try next time for sure. Might be a little bit difficult because, as you said, there's no like visual references or something like that. So, yeah. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool. Here in Finland, we get fees for literally everything. Yes. It's crazy. It is, it's pretty crazy in my opinion. Pretty damn crazy. Cap, did you receive your mini F? No, I did not. Yep, it is, Greg. It really is, man. So, Cap, what happened once you told them you were on board to review the product? They said, okay, great, and then they sent me over like the list of what they wanted to get done. So they wanted me to share it on my Instagram, on my Facebook. They wanted me to make a YouTube post about it, which we did. We did all those things, and never heard back from them afterwards. Never heard back. He got upgraded my CPU to a 5800X 3D during Black Friday. I can't believe how much smoother Microsoft runs now, even my 2070 Super. Nice, yeah. I mean, Microsoft is very CPU dependent, right? So if you upgrade your CPU, you can probably get much better performance. Yeah. The sends are all over the hockey clips. Lately, you had the Panthers brawl and then the goalie getting pissed. Yep. Yep. So the candy was $15 and shipping was 30-something bucks. Custom was $36. Dude, that's insane, man. Yeah. All the more reason for you to move to California. If only it was that easy, right? If only it was that easy, my friend. Do you have a church fee in Canada? I have no clue. I've never been to church. I wouldn't know. I got the mini F's unit. It's great, to be honest, but yeah, the shipping is really expensive. I was lucky to get it $99, but I paid $70 for the shipping, taxes included. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I'm wondering if that's why the product was like priced at $99, because they knew that the shipping would be close to what the product costs. I'm wondering if that's why they didn't just like, you know, I'm wondering if they tied it all together, how much the product would be. Would it be like $189, $179 or something like that? Maybe that's why like all the other products that you see like that are comparably priced at around $200. I'm wondering if that's just why. He kept, when you fly the Boeing, do you use the Honeycomb Bravo? Do you have the 3D printed 737 pieces? Miles, I used my Thrustmaster TCA Boeing setup. And yes, I do have custom 3D printed 737 handles for it. Yeah. The mini FCU is a waste. My mouse does the job very well. But I mean, that's a, you know, it's a personal opinion, right? When it comes down to it, I don't think there's a right or a wrong answer. You either really like it or you're just like you don't, right? So, yeah. Are you going to pick up Corey Perry? No, he's in Chicago, not Columbus. It was $99 for the first 1,000, and it was more expensive until $249 for the less lucky ones. $249? Jesus, that's crazy. J-Trains, what's up, man? We are flying the Ottawa Senators to Columbus for their game against the Columbus Blue Jackets tomorrow. Seatbelt signs, landing lights, everything off. By the way, Cap, got to get the new PSU next week before I can upgrade to the 4070 Ti that I scooped. Nice. Yeah, PSUs are important. Yeah, fees suck, but at least you don't lose your life savings to medical bills. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Denis. I understand what you're saying. I completely do understand what you're saying. I am luckily, knock on wood, I've been to the doctors. I can maybe count on one hand the amount of times that I've used the Canadian free healthcare system. I pay 43% taxes. So on my income, 43% of my income is gone for taxes. As somebody who, we could sit here, we could talk about this till we're blue in the face, right? But as a healthy individual, as a young individual, for the government to take 43% of my income and my salary, that's kind of crazy, man, right? So you have to think about it both ways, right? Yes, it is free healthcare, but it's not really free. We pay with it in our taxes. Not to mention, it's not just 43% of my income. There's a 13% sales tax on anything that you buy. Anything that you buy, immediately 13% is attached to it that goes to the government. Our fuel prices in Canada, absolutely absurd. I know that fuel prices are very expensive in other parts of the world, but a lot of the fuel, we have our own fuel here that, the taxes on our fuel are absolutely absurd. It's double the price because of the taxes that are imposed on the fuel itself. So there's a lot of things within Canada that you have to understand. Yes, I do hear you, and I understand what you're saying. God forbid anything were to happen, you needed any type of major surgery, you didn't have insurance in the States, you would be, you'd be in trouble. So I get it, man. I get it. Honestly, plus health insurance premiums comes to about 40% of the salary, just taken in two different ways. So there you go, right? Like, it's not. I reread the last update from the mini FCU, and they only had 768 units ready to ship last week, but were confirming addresses for 2,500 backers. They're producing 150 per day. Okay, there you go, Andy. Well, at least you didn't get left behind, Andy. It's probably just going to get sent out hopefully soon. Looked into getting a lightsaber replica. It was $800, yes, but official product shipping alone would be $250. Suddenly I didn't want it anymore, and the customs on top of that. Yeah, that would have been a lot. Yeah, would have been a lot. Fuel's pretty, I know fuel over in the US is, in other parts of the world as well, is extremely expensive. Cap, when are we going to fly the Q400 again? I don't know, Joshua. I don't know, man. I don't have any official plans or anything like that. But yeah, I love that Q400, man. It's always a lot of fun. Always a ton of fun flying that. Good thing is I have a hybrid, cuts down on fuel usage a lot. Yeah, absolutely it would. Absolutely. You're one of the lucky ones. Climbing to 27,000 feet. I gotta say, man, when we're this light, the aircraft actually really climbs quite well. Remember, we have our cost index set to 5, so we're getting the optimal climb performance out of the aircraft right now. It's climbing at about 1,600 feet per minute. Sonny, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome, welcome. Captain Diaz, what's up, my man? Good to see you, dude, as well. Welcome. Hope you're having a great Thursday afternoon. Would you like better, the 777 or the 350? I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. Those are like two airplanes that I don't know a lot about. We don't really, we do have some 777s here in Canada, but for the most part, the only time you're getting to fly on a 777 is if you're going like over to Asia or something like that from Toronto or Montreal or Vancouver. Cost index is a weird number. It's the lower the cost index, the better performance. The lower the speed, so the better performance would be. The higher the cost index, the higher the speed, therefore more fuel burn. Cost index is like one of those weird things. I have a hybrid and I can't see myself going back with like a plug-in hybrid next. Nice. No. Electric cars are cheaper to run, but the battery capacity is not too good during the winter months. Yeah, for Canadians in colder climates, I would agree with you that it's not the best. Is there a higher tax for the medicine? Curious what the tax is. No, I think it's the same tax. I think it's 13%, Davis. I'd have to check. It might be 20% tax, but I'll have to... I don't think so. I think it's just regular sales tax at 13%. But there's a bunch of limitations. That's what's kind of crazy, and that's where it's like very... what's the word that I'm looking for? Stereotypical, maybe? There's like all kinds of limitations. Like you can only have a certain amount. It's like them saying like, oh, when you go to the when you go to the liquor store, oh, I'm sorry, sir, you can only buy one bottle at a time. That's basically how it is with weed here. It's very stereotypical is not the word that I'm looking for. I can't think of the word that I'm looking for, but it's yeah, it's like a little slap on the wrist. Like, oh, no, you're not allowed to have too much of that green sticky substance. No. So they limit your purchase per day of what you can buy, whereas I find it so silly. It's like, imagine they put like something like that on like alcohol. Imagine you were having a party and you went to the store, but they would only sell you one bottle of liquor. I mean, it's like, well, I'm having 30 people over. I need 15 bottles of liquor. No, I know they do it everywhere. Well, I'm saying it's again, I can't think of the word. It'll come to me eventually, but yeah, I just find it very silly that like we're still regulated, I guess would be a good word, but like Will said, it is regulated everywhere. It's just like California. Like when I was in California, they would only sell me X amount of weed for the day, right? And they take your information and you're not allowed to buy more than that for the day. I just find it's funny how like that doesn't, tobacco, alcohol, there's no other restrictions like that on any other product. Why is it just weed? We're only allowed to have X amount, you know what I mean? Like, what am I going to do? Am I going to go home and smoke an ounce in a day? Good luck. I'd love to see somebody that could do that, but I don't know. Belgian Flights and Pilot, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you, dude. Says, are you flying CTL Americas 2023 on Saturday? Cross the land. I don't know. Do you have to sign up for it or anything? Belgian Flights and Pilot? I haven't been paying attention. We should get a Ford F-150 Lightning. Those are pretty badass. Doesn't make sense for me. To the energy companies profit from energy crisis. Well, everybody's profiting except us. Except the citizens. Everybody else is profiting right now, man. Everybody's calling COVID and everything. I don't know about you, man, but like in Canada, everything is getting smaller. So the portions that we're getting are smaller and everything is more expensive. I don't know about you guys. I don't know. Shrinkflation, we call it here. Shrinkflation. Everything's shrinking. The size of like a salad, the size of your drinks, the size of salad dressing, everything is getting smaller, but the price is getting more expensive. And all the companies are, oh, well, because of COVID. And yeah, it's dab time for me in Arizona. Cheers. Hey, enjoy, man. I saw Andy had a good point. I missed it. Andy, what did you say? We were talking about cost index, and Andy had the ratio between speed and fuel consumption. Higher index, higher speed, and more fuel burn. Ah, yes. Yeah. The Boston 60-hour ATC is this weekend. It's a cool event. That is pretty wild. I may have to fly in out of Boston. There's still slots available for Cross the Land. Okay, I might have to take a look. We'll see. Is it on the VATSIM website? Prevents people from transporting and reselling illegally? Maybe, but like I don't know why you would, like, it's already expensive enough, Andy. I just don't understand why you would want to resell. Maybe to like kids or something like that, but like I don't know, man. Is there really that much profit to be made off something like that? I don't know. Maverick, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great day, man. Busy is good. Busy means the day goes fast. Are we moving the Sens? We are, yes. We're moving the Senators over to Columbus for their game against the Blue Jackets tomorrow night. Yeah. Reese cups are also getting so small, just an FYI. Oh, I didn't notice that, but seem here in Ireland, drink bottles are certainly shrinking. Everything's shrinking, dude. Everything. Not to brag, but I've smoked a zip in a day. I slept for 3 days. No kidding. Jesus, man. Bring it across the U.S. border and sell? Whee. I mean, the U.S. has got pretty good stuff, Andy. Like, everywhere that I've been, and I've been able to get it, it's been spectacular. Probably just as good, if not better, than it is up here. I don't know. Plus, man, it's so difficult to transport that stuff, dude. It fucking reeks, man. I don't know how you're going to get across without people noticing, you know? Sent you a DM on Discord with the link. Sounds good, Belgian Flights and Pilot. Thanks, man. Go Sens go with more consistent schedule starting Friday. I really hope to get the rhythm. I hope so, man. I think DJ's got to go, dude. I just feel like there's zero consistency with this team, and it's so frustrating as a fan. Like, zero consistency. They show up and play for 2 or 3 games, and then they just... It's like they don't know how to play hockey. I was watching with a buddy. I was watching the other game the other night against Florida with a buddy, and we were just sitting there. At the end of the game, we looked at one another, and I said, this might be one of the worst Sens games that I've ever watched in my life. They're just... You watch every other team, man. You watch, like, teams, how they're on the power play, and the way they move the puck, and we're just in shambles, man. Shambles. It's crazy. Game against Florida was such a nightmare. Dude, it was atrocious. Atrocious. Get 5 grams of shatter for $62.60 at the dispensary here in town. It's not a bad price for shatter. Yeah. Not bad. The flour they sell here is usually pre-packed in smell-proof bags. It is here too, Will. We get them in, you know, like I bought this yesterday. So we get them in little containers like this. I don't know about you, but like the second I put my nose, like this is supposed to be a smell-proof and light-proof container. The second I put my nose up to it, guess what I can smell? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, dude. I get it, smell proof, sure, but I don't know, dude. When's like every time you go into a dispensary, doesn't it absolutely reek? Yeah, they're all supposed to be in smell proof bags, but every time I go into that dispensary, it fucking stinks. You know? Happens every day, all day. The criminals spend half as much energy in illegal production work as they do figuring out how to break the law. We would have all flying cars by now. True? Yeah. No offense, but the Sens look like they are more interested in being goons on the ice than playing hockey. I wouldn't really say that, man. We have a couple players, maybe, like Brady and stuff like that, but a lot of our team is not fighters, man. They're playmakers and goal scorers. I wouldn't say we have too many goons. Maybe Brady, because he's Brady Tkachuk, but other than that, I don't think we have very many goons out there. Maybe our fourth line guys. Yeah, I think what you saw against the Florida team was just frustration. The team knows that they should be playing better, and that's what you end up getting, you know? We'll take Giroux back. I mean, he's one of the only good players, you know? All the Chinese-owned grow farms all over the USA, but I don't know anything about that, but the new PMGG 737-800 updates are very good. LNAV is much better now. The jerky motion when turning is gone. Nice, great to hear. I also heard it has like full one-tap like sim brief integration. You can even bring in like your weight and balances and all that stuff now as well, so that's great news. I heard that. As a custom officer said, nothing is ever smell-proof. You can't fool a narcotics dog. Yeah. Now, they don't have dogs at every border crossing, but... Well. Speaking of border crossings, did you guys see the accident that happened the other day? I think it was at the... I don't know exactly which one it was at, but the car, like, lost control. The car was going, like, 120 mile an hour or something like that. Hit a curb and went fully airborne and engulfed in flames. Killed the 2 people that were in it. The bridge fire, yeah. It was crazy, dude. It was absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Speaking of hockey, did you see the end of the shootout, the Maple Leafs Florida game a couple nights back? That was a weird one, dude. Weird one. I mean, on paper, probably the right call. But just a weird one. Super weird. Looked like a movie stunt? That's what I mean, dude. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. A wild one. Alright, let's see if the winds, CMH, weather, and we're going to go ATIS. Departing and arriving. I like that it shows even here, departing and arrival. Winds 220, 15, gusting 20. 10-mile visibility, overcast at 24,000, 11 degrees. ILS runway 28 left and runway 28 right. Simultaneous approaches in use. NOTAMs taxiway Charlie between Charlie 9 and Charlie 6 closed to aircraft with wingspan more than 118 feet. This is like actual ATIS too. It's pretty cool. Is this something that they added, Andy? Is that is that one of like the new updates or something like that? Pretty cool. It was weird because it was clearly a double touch, but it was the right call. Tough way to lose though. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you know the NHL, or sorry, you know like the fans are just going bananas, right? Because of, you know, oh, the Toronto privilege and this and that. And yeah. Real life ATIS has been there for a bit, I think. Huh. Interesting. The departure and arrival stuff has been there for a few months now. Weird. Maybe I just never checked. The flight planning tab will also show you if you selected a runway that's not currently in use based on the ATIS. Pretty cool. Because we all know how SimBrief will just like to randomly give you different runways. All of a sudden you'll just get like a random, you'll be like, what the hell? Although since Navigraph bought them, I would say it's better at that. Yeah, definitely is. Jens, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Cap, I built my PC yesterday, and I wanted to know how you set up your fan curves. Fans are running 100% all the time, Hudson. I don't mess around, dude. Fans are 100% all the time. Yeah. I have noise-canceling headphones. My computer is far enough away from me where I don't really hear the fans spinning up and stuff, but yeah. Cap, I have an i9 9900K 32 gigs RAM with a GTX 1080. I know it's quite an old system, but do you think it would be worth it to get a 4080 as an upgrade? Would it change much? What's your opinion? You would 100% be bottlenecking. If you got a 4080, that i9 9900, that would bottleneck it. As much as it sucks, I would say try and sell your current rig. If you're looking to get an upgrade, man, I would sell the current rig if you can. Get $1,000, $1,500, something, and yeah, but you'll definitely bottleneck that CPU, man. The real ATIS only currently works for U.S. airports. Gotcha. Okay. Living in Columbus, the freeware CMH is decent and gets by for free, but definitely needs some love. I would agree. Yes, which is weird because we have a really good Columbus payware scenery for X-Plane, and I think it's the same guys that do like the Toronto City. I forget their name. Yeah. My, you know what really sucks, chat? And this was, I don't know what I'm going to do for X-Plane. My ortho hard drive is dying. My ortho hard drive, every time I turn off my computer and turn it back on, I have to go into the BIOS because my, the drive, my ortho drive, my 8 terabyte NAS is shit in the bed, and it could die at any point. It's basically the message that I get every time I fire up the PC. So I don't know what I'm going to do for X-Plane. I don't have anything installed on it other than my ortho. So I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I don't know if it's worth it for me to spend a couple $100s to get something just to put my ortho that I use maybe once or twice a year. I don't think it's worth it. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't think it's worth it to buy, and I have like 7.2 terabytes of ortho, so I would need another 8 terabyte hard drive. I don't know what the prices on those are right now. Western Digital NAS 8 terabyte red. What are the prices? $365. Is it? Wait, is that how much it was? How much is it on Amazon? Oh no, it's not that. Is this Amazon.com? No, okay, actually it's not. Okay, it's $250. $250 Canadian plus tax. What does that come to? Add to cart. What does that come to after taxes? After taxes, proceed to check out $265. $265. So is it worth it for me to spend $265? If you go back to Explain, I would recommend auto ortho just so that you don't need all the storage. That's probably what I would end up doing, Andy. Yeah. Do you still even play Explain? A couple times a year, maybe? I just don't think it's not worth. $260. I think about what I could spend on $260. I mean, that's like my RAM and some other stuff taken care of for the new PC that I'm building. So I don't think so. Seagate Green for $209. Is this US though? Honestly, if I'm being 100% honest with you, Greg, I don't think I would ever buy a Seagate drive. I've heard people that haven't had issues with them, but they're just not a reputable brand in my opinion. I'm not. It's just like there's certain motherboard and GPU manufacturers that I just don't buy either. Yeah. What am I going to build in the new PC? Probably an i9 14900K with a 4080. That's what I'm looking at. Get the 4080 for the frame gen, and then when the 5000 series comes out, hopefully sell the 4080 for close to what I paid for it and get a 5000 series. The Iron Wolf Seagates are legit. Yeah, I don't know much about them. I usually either go Western Digital or Samsung. Those are really the only two drives that and I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. Like, I've had this drive, Dan and I were looking back, I've had the drive for 4 years, my Western Digital, my NAS drive for all my ortho. I've had it for 4 years. Kind of surprising, considering it's a NAS drive as well, and I've kept like enough buffer. It's it's kind of, I'm kind of surprised that the drive is dying already. Yeah. Any news on the 5000 series? No, not yet. We're getting the Super series here coming out soon, so I may look at getting a 4080 Super or something like that. I know the Super series is coming soon, but there has not been anything announced on the 5000 series yet. I had a 6TB Seagate for almost 6 years and it still runs great. Why not just get a 6 instead of an 8? Because I have 7.2 terabytes of ortho, as I literally just mentioned. A 6TB hard drive wouldn't be enough. Yeah, unless I plan on just deleting a bunch of ortho, 1.5 terabytes of ortho. Probably more than that, because you never want to fill a drive, right? So I'd have to bring that down. 7.2, I'd have to bring that down to like 5.5, 5. I'll take that 4080 as a payment for my services. I'm relatively new to flight sim, not much experience. I enjoy the A321X and the ATR-72. I've never done VAT sim, super nervous, but I really want to get into it. Any tips? I think it's okay to be nervous, Lars. If I have any tips, just be extremely comfortable with the aircraft that you're flying. When you want to fly on VAT sim, the biggest thing I think is just knowing and understanding your aircraft. Being able to put it on heading mode if it's not doing something correctly, or hand flying it, and that would be my big tip. As far as watch videos, watch people fly on the network. That also can definitely help. Watch tutorials on VATSIM and stuff like that. All of those things will help tremendously. Honestly, can't wait for Beyond ATC V2 to get some amazing ATC AI. Would be a pretty cool immersion. Yep. When you get a sec, check what I posted in Cafe Canada. Uh-oh. I usually don't check the Discord. I got a bunch of people sending me DMs and stuff too. Would a 4070 fit in there? I don't know, man. I don't even know the size, to be honest with you, Cameron. I don't know. I do not know, unfortunately, man. Check Cafe Canada. New Biscoff cookie butter shake. Creamy vanilla shake blended with Biscoff cookies, butter, and Biscoff cookie crumbles. Made to order just for you. Fuck. That sounds good. Whew. That actually looks good. It's kind of crazy. Go in observation mode and listen to some frequencies and learn the terminology and how people talk. Yeah. There's a great app that you can do. What's the app, chat, that you can get? liveatc.net. You can listen to it. It's just an app that you download. You put it on your oh shit, you know what we forgot to do? Our ground speed is probably abysmal right now, 357. Yeah, just go liveatc.net. It's an app. You can put it on your desktop. You can just listen to it in the background and stuff like that. It's a really great way as well. Yeah. 1,465 for a 4090. What the hell? That seems actually cheap. Yeah. You'll be fine based on some of the nonsense I hear on VATSIM. Yeah, true. Yeah. That's true, man. 4090 is banned for sale in China, so I think the scalpers are buying the card to circumnavigate the ban, raises prices in North America. Could be. Yeah, I don't know much about that either. I haven't. Do you find the A320 more boring to hand fly due to the auto trim? Not really. I wouldn't say boring is the right word. I actually enjoy flying Airbus. It's definitely different. It's a lot. It feels like it's less hands-on, but yeah. I don't know. Check out the new NZXT H6 case. Jay's 2 cents just did a review. Probably a good option for the new build. I actually really want to get a Lian Li. I really, really, really want the Lian Li, man. I've been eyeing that case. I wanted to get that case for this build. It was just out of my budget. Now that they've been out for a couple more years, the price for the Lian Lis are starting to come down. You can get one for like 150, 170 bucks or something like that. Really love the look of like the all glass and kind of open concept that it is. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm honestly not too picky when it comes to cases. I'm not the type of person that's just like, oh, like my case right now is literally just a full black case. Nothing special to it. It's an NZXT. And I simply bought it for the airflow. The airflow is spectacular. Yeah. Honestly, you should set a higher goal for yourself on VATSIM than not nonsense. I guess it's a start, though. You got to start somewhere. Yeah. Did you build it yourself? No. I bought all the components, and then I had a company come over. The company builds PCs, so they came over and they built the PC. I built mine with the white Lian Li Li 011 Dynamic Evo. Yeah, I think that's the one that I'm looking at. I can't remember what the exact one that I'm looking at, but yeah. The case is so popular that everyone has been copying Lian's design. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That all-white glass Lian Li is pretty sweet. See, I like the darker ones. I'd probably get all black. I don't like white cases. You can see if they get like dirty and stuff like that. Yeah. Company name Danbury. No, that was Dan built the stream PC. I had a company come over and build the game PC with the 3080 and stuff. Yeah. But yes, it is Dan's fault that the hard drive is dying, 100%. Chat, Toronto should be right under us. There it is. Pearson. We're flying there afterwards, so we're going Columbus to Toronto for our repositioning flight. Does anybody know where these guys park when they go to Toronto? Like, where does Air Canada, where does Jetz park when they go to Toronto? That's the real question. I have no clue where Jetz parks. One can only assume probably at the FBO as well. Taxi. I don't know if they would go up here. Like this is the like GA area. I don't know, maybe they go down here. Like this weird terminal over here. I have no clue where they park. Normal trans-border gates? No, there's no way that their hockey players are just parking at a normal trans-border gate, Jordan. we're doing charter NHL players. There's no way the NHL players are just going through regular security and no. They've got their own stuff going on. I'm assuming it's probably going to be up here, somewhere in the FBO area, somewhere up here. Yeah, you saw probably the Jetz plane because it wasn't on a charter. Wasn't on a charter flight or anything like that. But if they're picking up NHL players, they're definitely not making the NHL players go to like through regular security and stuff. If you zoom in on the map of the airport, you should actually show you the actual company names for the FBOs. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Landmark Aviation, Landmark, Sky Charter. I would say it's probably up here somewhere. Air Transat, no. Sky Service. Say it's probably somewhere up here for Sky Charter, but I don't know. I don't know. It's at Sky Services. This one, the Sky Charter. Because that's FedEx. Don't think it would be down here. This is all cargo. This is the... forget what terminal that is. Wouldn't be there. Oh, it's right here, the Sky Service. Right here. That makes sense. Right out from there. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense then. Okay. Cool. Now we know where to park. That's where we'll be departing from. I also need a thumbnail for tonight's stream. Of the Back Air Canada livery, it is beautiful. I do agree, my friend. It is beautiful. If you look at flight 7042, they parked there. The Canadians. Got you. Okay. Livery is special. Yeah. I hope that they paint a couple more of their of the Jetz liveries like this. It'd be pretty cool, man. You excited for the AnyBuilds A320? So, critique, I don't know if you've heard the news. Probably not, judging by that comment. It's actually delayed, so it's not going to be coming out. It's not going to be coming out. Is it black or dark blue? It's all black. Black, red, and white. Yeah, so the Phoenix A320 Neo is going to be delayed. The Phoenix, sorry. The AnyBuilds A320 Neo will be delayed. It's not coming out with the next SIM update. Nobody warned me about how effed up the camera system was in Microsoft compared to FSX. I've spent the last 3 days watching tutorials trying to figure them out. I don't know how you make the camera work so smooth. Just practice, Andre. Honestly, man. Remember that I do this all the time, right? So for me, the way that I have it set up is you just hit the insert tab. That takes you to the drone camera. And then from drone camera, you just use WASD to move it back, forwards, left, right. R and F to bring it up and down. And then to actually tilt the camera, you just use the numpad. So it ends up being like super intuitive. It doesn't end up being too bad. And then you can end up learning how to like move it and spin the camera and do whatever you need to do pretty easily. It's, yeah, it'll come naturally once you kind of figure it all out, to be honest. That's a good thumbnail right there, chat. Hold on, actually. A little bit crooked. You know what? It looks like we're like slightly tilted up. Angle of attack, because it seems a little bit weird, maybe because we're so light. Niagara Falls is right down here, chat. Somewhere over here, Niagara Falls. Don't think we can see it, but it's somewhere down here. I think it's right here. Going to do a computer build to start simming. Should I wait for the new sim? I feel like we're probably another 6 to 8 months away, 6 to 9 months away from a new sim. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know, actually. It's a tough one. I really don't know. It's delayed, so not coming with Sim Update 14. Correct. Yes. Does this have to do with the fly-by-wire thing? No, there's just the crash rate is, yeah. Player 29, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. What did you say the route was for tonight's stream? We're going to fly the Florida Panthers back from Toronto. They played in Toronto. It's a little bit late, but we're about a day late. But we're flying the Florida Panthers back from Toronto. So tonight's stream is Toronto to Fort Lauderdale. Toronto to Fort Lauderdale. Should be about 2.5 hour, 3 hour flight, something like that. As an Xbox flyer, I was really excited for the builds A320. Oh well, just stick with the PMDG and the 310. Yep, it'll be out soon, man. Like, it's not like the project's not canceled or anything. But it will be out, it is delayed, so. Scott, take care, man. Thanks for being here, dude. Appreciate you. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful afternoon, man. Hopefully I'll catch you tonight. Take care, Sonny. How live the plane is 737? I do not know what you're trying to ask me. I'm sorry. So are they actually putting out a 2024 version of Flight Sim? Yep. Yeah. No, it's not a rumor. They have some announcements already out. They have like a teaser trailer up. If you go to the Microsoft YouTube channel, you'll see the teaser. It's already up, man. It's been up for a couple months now as well. Two Wicked, thanks so much for support, man. Appreciate you, dude. 11 months. Says, love the streams, Cap. Keep up the good work. Two Wicked, thanks for support, man. Appreciate you, dude. We are so close. One more month, man, till your 1 year badge as a business class member. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate you, dude. We're getting very close on pulling the trigger of the E175. You know what's crazy? I got an email from them yesterday. I don't think it was like specifically directed at me, but it was just an email. I think like an update on what they're doing and stuff like that. They're saying that they want to get the E190, the E190 and the E195 out before Christmas. I feel like that's a real ballsy move, considering we still don't have like proper VNAV and a custom FMC and stuff like that. But yeah, they're saying that the E190 and the E195 is going to be out before Christmas. So interesting. Trying to get the FD Sim Tolus sound pack to work, and I'm following the tutorials. It's not working. Yeah, they can be a little bit of a pain in the ass, that's for sure. Yeah, everything's getting delayed. Meal Randazzo is laughing in his sleeves. Oh, maybe. Custom FMC. Well, here, let me read the email, Will. Let me pull up my email. I'll read exactly what it said, word by word, because they did go over that, because they were just like, well, a lot of you may be asking, you know, where the hell was the email? Flight Sim Studios AG. Hey, Kyle, just wanted to let you know we released a new update for the E-Jets. We love our plans, especially when we are ahead of schedule. At least that's the case for the E170 and the E175. This update again contains some bug fixes and improvements. More importantly, however, is a fix that prevented activation for some users who bought the aircraft. This should now be fixed. And is that it for the year? Well, we have another small update planned for the E170 and 175 in December. And then there is the new release of the E190 and the E195. We are currently fixing the last bugs and are confident that we'll be able to release the long E-Jet version in December. Although it is technically based on the smaller sister, it has a few new features, such as a steep approach mode and an optional selectable heads-up display for the pilot and/or co-pilot. We will give you more detailed information shortly before the release. What about the custom flight management system and custom LNAV and VNAV? We are working tirelessly and plan to give you a look behind the scenes so that you can see where we are and what still needs to be done. As you might have seen in other projects around the flight sim community, this is a very complex and lengthy task, and we want to take you on a journey that explains a few details that are important in the development of such a complex system. We will publish a corresponding blog in the next 1 to 2 weeks. For now, have fun e-jetting. That's the email that they sent me. So, I don't know, man. Yeah. Sklit, what's up, man? You're blasting on my 120-inch flat screen. Would you mind getting up close to the camera so I could see your nostril hairs? Jesus, dude. 100. Is that even a thing? Been in and out. What happened to any builds? Too much. The crash rate is still too high for them to publish, to make it a published release. So it's going to be delayed a little bit longer. I don't care about anything but the PMDG 777. Yeah. So anyways, well, I don't know if in any of that message, obviously they know that people are curious of the LNAV, VNAV, FMC, what's going on with it. Hopefully it sounds like in the next week or two, we're going to get an update on them. So yeah. Planning on flying the MD-11. Yep, I have my request with them to showcase it as a content creator. I don't think we're at that stage yet. I don't think that they're sharing it with content creators to start streaming yet. I think the only people that you see streaming it are people that have pre-purchased the aircraft. As you know, I'm not really one that pre-purchases aircraft. I've never done that in any simulator platform. I know how much money is to be spent in the flight sim hobby, and I usually like to make sure that I'm getting a quality product before I spend money on it. So no, I'll be probably taking a look at the MD-11. So yeah, the crash rate was too high. Who was testing at XP? Easy now. No, crash rate on like computers and Xboxes. So it was making the computer or your Xbox crash, and it was very stuttery, and there was some other stuff. So yeah. Some streamers begged for it and got it, so you can try. Well, I'm not that type of streamer. Hate them. I think you should know that by now, man. I'm not gonna beg developers to fly a product. If they want to send it to me for a review, that's fine. If they don't, that's also fine. I can purchase it just like everybody else. I have no problem. Yeah. Samsung just released a $220,000 146-inch 4K TV. If you're interested in that, $220,000. Really? That doesn't seem to make sense. $20,000 maybe? $220,000? You could buy a house for $220,000. Fuck the TV. Give me a house. Pardon me. Email sounds promising, so let's hope they keep their word. I would agree with you. Yeah. I just don't know. Yeah. 21,000. Okay, I think you put an extra zero. 22 grand makes sense. Wow, that's expensive, man. Is that monitor at the Dallas Stadium? You're the best product reviewer in my honest opinion. You care about your money as well. Not afraid to call anyone out. Well, thank you, Dennis. I appreciate you. And it's not even that I'm not afraid of calling people out. I'm a no bullshit type of person. I don't like when companies, people bullshit, because it's too easy to go. It's just, yeah. In today's world, it's easy to just bullshit your way through life sometimes. And I hate that. I hate that. So that's more, I think, what you see me coming across as. So it's $219K. Who the fuck? Who is buying that? Like what? There's an airplane right there, chat, right behind us. Who is buying that? $219,000 for a TV. What? Why? Why? If you can afford that, I mean, good for you, but like, why? Why would you do that? ECAP, what was your Spotify Wrapped? What? It'll be worth 2K in a couple years. Absolutely. The panels are the worst for that, Will. Panels, yeah. Yeah, they're ridiculously. Do you remember like when the first, like I remember when the first 1920 by 1080 like, you remember when flat screens first became a thing? How expensive they were? It was bananas, man. Why does it look like the airplane is like... It looks like it has a weird angle of attack for some reason. I wonder if my CG is off or something. But it looks like it has a weird angle of attack. It's odd. There's the other aircraft. I don't know where he's going, but he's going up that way. Bought a 4K TV a couple years back, 6 months. The backlight quit working. Been sitting unused since. Oof. That's not good, man. 100 miles till top of descent, chat. That's not good at all. Spotify Wrapped was the yearly review of your music that they send every year. Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't know, man. I got rid of my Spotify membership, to be honest with you. I went YouTube Premium, and I got rid of my Spotify because YouTube Premium just allows me to do everything that Spotify was doing, but YouTube Premium, in my personal case, was far more beneficial for me as somebody who spends a lot of time on YouTube. So. Think about it this way. You could have one SRT G6 or 5 of the Samsung TVs. That's insane. Like I said, dude, you can buy a house, $220,000. You can buy a house. You can buy a nice house for $220K. Maybe not in today's market, but you could buy a house for $220,000. Yeah. YouTube has much more music. I don't know. Maybe. I haven't had any. The only issue that I've had so far with YouTube Music is sometimes when I drive out to the farm, when I go like past the farm, if like we're going out somewhere, the reception, because it's literally in the middle of nowhere between like forests and like farm fields, sometimes I will lose reception and the music won't play through the YouTube app. That is the only thing, and I think it's only happened once or twice, but I can't remember that happening with Spotify, because I think with Spotify I had everything downloaded already. So that's the only thing. The only difference between the two really is just that YouTube, I think you need a constant internet connection. I think you can also download playlists on YouTube as well, YouTube Music. I'll have to look into that, but yeah. You can get the Tolos A320 Neo or the Samsung TV. If you download the songs, problem solved. Yeah, can you do that on YouTube Premium, Will? I haven't searched the app enough. I'm sure you, sounds like you can. Yes. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. Problem solved. I didn't know that, so what I'll do is I'll download a couple playlists that I consistently listen to. I like that like YouTube like makes the YouTube music like it's just like they have a bunch of like playlists that are just basically for you, you know? Like every time I go in my car, I open up the app and it's like, we have a super playlist for you. It's like, oh, nice, thank you. Play. Don't you want to be a real life pilot? No. I really don't have any desires to be a pilot, to be honest with you. I have friends that are pilots. I have family members that are pilots. It was never, I just have this crazy passion for like flight sim. Now, I can't sit here and tell you like if, you know, at one point in my life, did I want to become a pilot? Yeah, absolutely. But I don't think that, like now that I'm older and stuff like that, no. I have no ambitions, man. I'd love to go get like my private pilot's license at some point, you know what I mean? Some point in my life, I'd love to go get a PPL and just be able to like go fly or something like that on a weekend, rent an airplane, go flying, whatever. But like as far as like commercial aircraft flying and stuff, no. No, thank you. Got to stand next to a 747 engine yesterday. Those things are absolutely huge. Pratt & Whitney's pride and joy. They are beautiful. Yeah. Big old boys. Hey Cap, why are the Canadian runway markings so special? Like they have some stripes. I'm not sure why they do that, to be honest with you. I know what you mean. Instead of like a thick band, it'll be like 3 stripes. I don't know. I don't know why they've done it like that. Got my PPL 13 years ago. Was way too expensive nowadays. Yeah, I think if you want to get a PPL now, it's between like $13,000 and $15,000. I think is what it is. Yeah, that's like saying you're addicted to pornography, but you have no interest in losing your virginity. No, I would say more so along the lines of you're addicted to pornography, but you don't want to be a porn star. I think that would be a little bit more fitting, right? Because if you think about it, like flight sim, this offers me everything that I need to do, right? I would I think maybe that you love porn, but you don't want to be a porn star. That could be a great comparison, sure. But yeah, listen, man, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think there's a lot of people that, especially with like the life that, you know, that they want to live and stuff like that. You have to remember, man, like there are some major sacrifices that you make for being a pilot. You're always gone. You're on the road. Very difficult to own animals, dogs, pets, have a significant other that understands that you're going to be gone all the time as well. It's not a, you know, it's not as glamorous, at least to me. And I don't want anybody to take any, if you want to become a pilot, please don't let what I'm saying. I'm just saying for me, everybody is going to be different, right? This is just me and what I think about it. for me, it's just the benefits don't outweigh the negatives. Not to mention the amount of money that it would cost and the amount of debt that I would go into trying to become a commercial pilot nowadays. You're talking $150,000, $160,000, $170,000 of debt. And that's something that I'm really not, I don't have super rich parents or anything like that can help pay for that or, cut that cost in half. It's just, and like I said, the main thing, man, is being able to have my animals and my fiance and my property. And I have other interests, man. Just because I have interest in airplanes and sims doesn't mean that I have to be a pilot. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think you can have a passion for something without wanting to do it in real life. It's a big lifestyle change that I didn't want. There's that as well. Yeah. Everybody's going to have a different, everybody's going to have different reasons behind it. In Europe, an ATPL-A is rising as hell. Nowadays, it goes from about 80K and up. 10 years ago, it was 50K. Yeah, and I think here right now, on the lower end, you could probably get it for like 110, 120,000 Canadian dollars. On the higher end, probably towards like 150, 60, 170,000, $100,000. So, yeah, it's extremely expensive. Yeah. Maybe if it wasn't so damn expensive, it would entice people to go for a pilot career. Well, I mean, that's part of the problem. That's part of why they're going through what we're going through right now with pilot shortages. And, just for an example, my cousin, 212 hours flying single engine airplanes, gets hired for a commercial job. 7 years ago, that would have been unheard of. I have friends with thousands of hours flying that were struggling to get in with the airlines 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. It's crazy how desperate they are for pilots nowadays. It does not make sense that it should cost you $130,000 to do your training. It's kind of sad actually with how much money these airlines make annually. Air Canada, reporting billion-dollar profits, and all these companies. I don't understand why they don't reinvest and have like they do in Europe, where they have like programs where you sign to EasyJet and you agree to work with them for the first 5 or 7 years or whatever it is, and then they pay a huge chunk of your flight school and your training and stuff like that. I don't understand why that's not done here in the States or in North America more, to be honest with you. I know that there are some stuff down in the States, Delta, American, SkyWest, they all have programs and stuff. Extremely difficult to get in, but they do have programs. But up here in Canada, it's not really a thing. There are a few programs, like Air Canada Jazz has one, but again, you gotta be top of everything in order for them to even consider you for that. Yeah, but CAE is still 110K. CAE is the EasyJet school. See? Well, there you go. So yeah, it's not free, but you just get the job right after your ATPL. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, it makes it easier. You have a guaranteed job, so at least paying back what you owe is pretty simple, right? I mean, I have, like I said, one of my family members just got in as a first officer somewhere for a Canadian airline, major Canadian airline, and the price to how much he spent getting his license, it doesn't really add up. But yeah, not to mention one health glitch and you are done. There's that as well. Yeah. Pilot for Pause, thanks so much for 8 months. I appreciate you. Business class member, huge no floaties. Thank you. Incredibly kind. Thanks so much. Government should help train people. Financing is very hard. Yeah, that's another thing. Almost impossible to get an external loan without crazy interest rate numbers, especially in Canada. I don't know how it is in North America. In the US, I would assume it's probably somewhere close. But yeah, I know in Canada, if you want to get a loan, you're looking at somewhere of, you borrow $120,000, you probably owe $200,000 at least minimum. The loans, and then getting that loan is just, man, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. And this is why I always have so much respect and so much kudos to the people that actually do go through with this and actually do the whole thing, and whether they get help from their parents, grandparents, they're working 3 jobs, whatever it may be, right? I always have so much respect for people that put in the hard work and, you know, and see this through, because there's so many, as we've just spoke about, there's so many different obstacles that you have to go through to even make this a consideration. So the fact that people go through all of this and make things happen, and you know, the sacrifices that they have to make, and it's crazy, man. Gotta respect it. Gotta respect the grind. Actually, there's a famous documentary about EasyJet cadet pilots and their training process. Yes, I've seen that before. All over YouTube as well. But it was a series on over in the UK, right? In Europe, airlines hire right from flight schools. Even the almighty Lufthansa is desperate now. Everybody is, man. Everybody is. Like I tell people, like if you want to be a pilot, now's your time, man. It's like I said, it absolutely unheard of. My cut 212 hours. 212 hours. Think about that. I mean, although that's nothing in the grand scheme of things, when airlines usually would only take people with 1,500 plus hours, for somebody to get hired with 213 hours, that's unheard of. Like when I told my friend who was fighting to get in with an airline, he was a corporate pilot, got up to like 1,700 hours, 2,500 hours, finally like got called back from an airline. He could not believe when I told him that he got hired with 213 hours. He was just flabbergasted. And he was explaining to me that that's not like, you know, it's crazy that's what the industry is, where the industry is at right now. And I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think with the proper training, I wouldn't be too concerned about that. But I just think it's crazy that you can just, you know, how we go from a couple years ago, minimum 1,500 hours to apply for like Air Canada, WestJet, Canadian North, like all those companies, minimum 1,500 hours. And now they're hiring people with 200, 300, 400, 500 hours. No problem. Hire them, pull them off the street, train them, go fly. It's crazy. You know? Those 1,500 hours is a North America standard. It's absurd. The equivalent of 5+ years GA work. Yeah, because what they want, what they want you to do, Geronimo, is they want you to go fly. They want you to go fly for the small charters, right? They want you to go fly for their surveying job. Like that's what one of my good buddies did. He thought in his head, okay, what's the best way to get as many hours as possible as quickly as I can? And he went and he worked for a surveyor company. So a surveyor company, they'll go up, they'll take the plane, they fly around for hours, sometimes 8, 9, 10 hours. They fly around and they, you know, and they just do observations and stuff. What city is that down there? It's actually really cool. Is that Detroit? I think we might be right over top of Detroit. Where are we? Yeah, chat, where the fuck are we going? Where are we going, chat? Chat. Where are we going? What happened? Ay. What happened to this? What? Good thing I fucking looked at that, man. Jesus. Where the hell are we going? Airplane? What is this? Shenanigans. Jesus. Yo, pretty far off flight plan, too. And that's why I was like, Detroit. Why the hell would we be over Detroit? That's what took my eye. I was just looking down and I was just like, that looks like Detroit. Why the fuck are we over Detroit right now? Just burning a little bit extra fuel, no problem, man. Just burning a little bit extra fuel. I think what happened is because we didn't import our flight plan, I think that there was a flight plan discontinuity because I manually selected the flight plan instead of importing it. I think that's what just happened. I don't think that's the aircraft. I actually think that that's probably on me for not cycling through my flight plan. We should have always cycled through the flight plan and made sure that we didn't have any discontinuities. I'm pretty sure that's my fault. But you know what happens, chat? If it's my fault, whose fault is it? Dan Barry. Dan Barry's fault, not my fault, chat. Yeah, Detroit's like right over here. Where's Detroit? Right there. I knew it was going to be close. Look how big that airport is, dude. Crazy. Massive. All right, just a little sightseeing, guys. We just had to drop off some baggage over in Detroit. We're back on our way now. We've still got plenty of fuel. 3,500 kilograms of fuel. It's almost 7,000 pounds. We've got plenty of fuel. And top of descent is going to come quickly now at 43 miles. So we're looking good. No problem. At least you got extra fuel always. Always, 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 man. Blame Dan. And we all laughed at those pilots who ended up in Minnesota. Yeah, we're now going to Chicago. Game has been canceled. No problem. 3 hours from now, what city is that? San Diego? Man, it was just too funny how that all happened. I'm like, why? You saw the process. I was like, Detroit? I was like, why are we in Detroit? We're supposed to make a left turn to go down across. Oh, shit. You can't write it, chat. You can't write it. Just a little bit of you know, just a little bit of no problem. Nothing to see here. No problem. We'll extend stream, chat. Everybody's happy. A little bit of extending of the stream. That's way off course. Yeah, it's a good little chunk. I would say we probably tracked about, I don't know, what's that, 30 miles? 30 or 40 miles, probably? Something along those lines. Got a pen and a paper? No, man, Dan's fault. Not my fault. Winds 210 at... Oh, this is going to be spicy approach, chat. 210, 15, gusting 20. Oh, my goodness. Crosswind at 20 knots. This is not going to be pretty. I'm warning you right now. I'm going to do my best. We have been practicing our crosswind technique. We just have to remember to hold the crosswind. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Smash it down into the ground. It's going to be a smashy. Autoland? No, we're not going to autoland. Weather's fine. We just have to manually. 2-8 left. Where we're planning, we are on the ILS. It's going to be 10-15. 10-15 on our barrel minimums. Good. And descent is coming up in 29 miles. You're not a real desk pilot if things like this don't happen. Exactly. We were too busy chatting away and having good conversation, and boom. Before you know it, we're over in Detroit somewhere. Possible pilot deviation. When you land, I have a phone number for you to call. Nope. Just direct it to Daniel Barry. Not me. Oh, here comes First Officer Daisy. Daisy, can you come here? Come here. Come here. Come up. Come up here. Say hi to chat. Come on. Come here. She's scared of the microphone. Come here. No, come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Nice girl. Hello. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Oh, are you sleeping? Oh, nice sleep. Okay. Okay. You're going to go on the couch? Okay. Goodbye. So really it was the dog's fault. First Officer Daisy did not go through the flight plan before departure. We're good to go. She's the best, bomb tech. She is the best. That's for sure. If that's the case, all right then. Yeah, that's what happened, Santiago. That one was on me, not the aircraft. That's I couldn't import my flight plan, so yeah. Daisy probably only has 200 flight hours. FO Daisy pointed a gun at the cab and said, other crazy guy did. Exactly. Yeah. Same, blame the animal with no opposable thumbs. Exactly. It has to be her fault. It only makes sense. There's that little island out here. It's pretty cool. I wonder if anybody lives there. There's an airport on it. Peely Island. Somebody lives there. I wonder if... Is it in Canada? It's part of Canada. Where's Les? I wonder if Les has ever flown into there. I wonder if there's anything on that island. Where's Les? Les, let's go flying. We'll take Les's plane all the way out there. That'd be quite a flight, actually. Fi Davers, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. The Peely Island Winery. Oh. So it's one of those fancy islands. Be kind of cool. And then we're into the U.S. Big operation going down over there. All right, 7 miles. We'll start our descent now. We're going down to 5,210 knots. 5,000 feet. We'll descend you now. There we go. Put-in Bay is the North Coast party place. Huh. There's a bed and breakfast called the Wandering Dog. Really? Interesting. Justin Trudeau's secret island. Oh boy. Don't worry, he'll be gone soon enough. Ready for the best sound ever? I'm going to turn up the sound here, chat. Wait for our descent profile to come alive, and then on a nice wing view. As soon as descent profile comes alive. There it is. Listen. Shh, everybody listen. Absolutely love it. When that profile kicks in, everybody's been, if you've ever flown on an Airbus, a CFM Airbus, they literally sound the exact same as what we just heard. So good. That's Cedars Point. Interesting. Cool. I was going to fly today in my PPL in the UK. Unfortunately, the plane was frozen and had snow, and the airport has no de-ice capabilities. Oof. That sucks, man. Sorry to hear that. Did you hear that any A320 will take another couple months for release? Well, simmer down now. At no point did anybody say it's going to take a couple months for release. Serious. It's been delayed. It's not coming out with Sim Update 14 as planned at some point next week. Let's not start spreading misinformation. At no point did they say that it was going to be delayed for months. It will be delayed. No timeline has been given. They said that they're working hard to solve and fix the issues that are addressed. So let's keep things into perspective. It's not going to be months. Phoenix sounds are the best sounds out there, I think. As far as like authenticity, like genuinely sounding authentic, yes, I would agree. They're definitely top tier. They really, really, really are good. GTA 6 trailer within a week or two, that's going to be crazy. I wonder if they're going to give us a release date aired. That's what I'm really, yeah. No, in the developer live stream yesterday, the guy said months. No. Again, I don't think that that's what's happened. From what I see here, Jörg Newman on the developer stream confirmed that AnyBuild's A320neo will be removed from the Sim Update 14. The reason behind it is the crash rate is far too great. They need a 97 to 98% stability for certification, and currently it sits in the low 80s. The team is working on it and will hopefully return for release in January. So that sounds like they need about another month. I wouldn't say months. Months is plural. That means 3 months, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. It sounds like they need about a month, but hey, that's fine, dude. I'd rather wait than get a product that is, all buggy and causing issues and stuff like that, right? Let's be fair. I think we already have the fly-by-wire We have the Phoenix A320. We already have a ton of A320s. It's not a make or break airplane in my opinion at this point. I think it'll be nice to have as another option for a Neo to fly, but it's not sorely needed, right? I'm okay with that. What this does concern me with, though, is I wonder if they have two separate teams. Does this mean that we still get the A300 before the end of the year like they said we would, right? That's my main concern. I'm actually more concerned about that. Is, does this A320 being pushed back mean that now the A300 is also going to get pushed back? Or is it two separate teams? Do they have a team working on the Airbus? Do they have a team working on the A300? That's actually more my concern, being 100% honest with you. How does this affect the A300? Because honestly, we need the A300 desperately. We need more aircraft. We need more things to fly in this sim. I don't know how much longer it can hold on with just the options that we have now. I don't know, man. GTA 6 before IEs and 321, 319 from Phoenix? I don't know. No, probably not. I'm assuming if Rockstar's coming out with the... If Rockstar's going to make the announcement, I think that we're still going to be waiting minimum 6 months for GTA 6. My guess is a summer release is probably what they're aiming for. And if we don't get a summer release, then maybe even a fall release. That's kind of what I would be going at, to be honest with you. We need a Boeing wide body, forget the A300. I mean, we need that too, but the A300 is, man, come on. That unlocks so many opportunities for flights and stuff. The A300 is a workhorse. And the fact that they're making the new gen A300, so they're doing like the old school, but then also the new school, like the retrofitted A300s. Man, the options are endless. The A300 cargo literally flies all over the world, everywhere. Like, it's going to be nice. It's going to be real nice. Announcement trailer is a minimum 1 year, like with GTA 5. See, there you go. There you go. Do you think the Boeing 777 from Team PMDG will be released next year in 2024? Yes. Yes. Deleth, thanks, man. Appreciate your support. Welcome. DHL ops will be crazy. Dude, FedEx, UPS, DHL. There's so many, man. There's so many. Be cautious with that assumption from the first GTA 5 trailer. The actual release date was 1 year and 9 months. See, there you go. So I thought I was actually 6 months, 6 to 9 months. So it may even be a year. Maybe it'll be this time Christmas next year. Will Christmas 2024? Maybe that's when we can expect a release. Who knows? They'll probably say something in that, but who knows, man? Who knows? All right, let's pull an updated Mentha here report just so we can make sure everything's good. And it was 299.9. Winds are 20013, gusting 21 now. God, dude, this is going to be an ugly approach, chat. I'm warning you right now. This is not going to be pretty. Majority of GTA games were released in the fall. A lot were released in October. Okay. Hey, Capitano, I use GSX. I'm wondering if removing default ground scenery would improve my FPS. In that case, it does. How can I remove it? I don't think so. No, it won't. Really, the only thing that's going to kind of bog down your... the only thing that's going to really bog down your performance would be third-party scenery, if I'm being honest. Third-party scenery is what kind of will make the FPS go down. If you're using, like, well, default handcrafted is also not very good, but yeah, it depends. There's no way to remove, like, default base scenery. If you want to remove handcrafted scenery, you can go to the content manager and you can uninstall it that way. No, it's because we had a... No, don't worry about low fuel, man. We got tons of fuel, dude. We planned extra because of the headwind. We've got, like, 7,500 pounds. We could turn around and do our flight from Toronto from here without refueling, and I'm pretty sure we'd be fine. Yeah, fuel's not an issue. We're going to have a tailwind on the flight to Toronto as well. Cap, how's the sim? Anything new, aircraft or stuff coming? I mean, yeah, there's tons of stuff coming. We just don't really know when. We're all kind of hoping by the end of the year / beginning of the year, we're going to get a lot of product updates. You know, just off the top of my head, we've got a 330, an A220, an A300, a 319, a 321, a 777, just probably coming within 6 months, all of those airplanes. So it's an exciting time. And then there's a bunch of airplanes that are coming that we still don't know because we haven't really got a lot of information about it. But, you know, we've got a Q400 coming. We've got a major update coming to the CRJ as well, which will hopefully bring some of us back to the CRJ. There's a lot. There's a lot of good things coming, but yeah. You are correct. It is 2999er. Thank you. And I put 2990. Thank you. Good eye. A319, 321, 320 Neo, A300, A330, all Airbus. We need that PMDG 777. Yeah, man, to be honest with you, Erin, there's really only like 1 or 2 companies that do Boeing side of things, right? I think this is kind of showcasing like what flight sim development is like. A lot of flight sim developers are European, and I think that's why you see a lot more Airbuses coming out and stuff like that, is because they're more inclined to work on products that come from Europe and stuff like that, right? I think that's why you see companies, there's not very many people that are developing. You got PMDG, you've got Bluebird. I don't know very many other US based developers that are doing aircraft. I know that there's a few. You've got like Blackbird, Milsim, what's their name? I forget their name. The guys that were going to do the ATR and then they canceled the ATR, and yeah. The NHL requests Air Canada fly every team over Detroit so that they can urinate on Little Caesars Arena, the ghost of the Joe. Jesus Christ. No, they definitely would not be doing that. Do you think PMDG releases 777 in 2020 or 2024? Probably for both sims. Milviz, that's another one. Yeah. Phoenix's team is out of Ukraine. No, some of their texturers and modelers are out of Ukraine, Will. The Phoenix, like Amar and all of those guys from Phoenix, they're from the UK. And same from Any Builds. All of these guys, they're UK. A lot of them are based in the UK, man. A lot. Textures, developers, sure, they may have some developers on their team that are based in Ukraine and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of Russian developers, a lot of Ukrainian developers, a lot of developers out of Russia, believe it or not. So, yeah, almost the entire Flight Factor team is based in Russia. If you guys know Flight Factor on the X-Plane side of things, almost their entire team. And I'm wondering if that's what's kind of taken so long with the project. I hope we get another update with the Phoenix progress tomorrow. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know. They've been real quiet, so, yeah. It'd be awesome to get a 747. It's coming. It's probably, yeah, I think Erin is probably right, 2 years away. Maybe a year and a half, 2 years away. It is coming, but, yeah. The Phoenix plane looks amazing. It is a beautiful aircraft. The modeling, everything about this airplane is fantastic. I do agree. Yeah. I think I'm getting my mini FCU today. Gonna have to add a USB hub to my setup. Do I need a powered hub? I would always suggest getting a powered hub, Tyson. Always. It's worth it to pay a little bit more. When you don't get a powered hub, what can happen is you're powering that hub off one USB from your PC. And if you have more than like 3 or 4 things plugged into it, it can cause like weird power draw, and you can actually just destroy not destroy, but like you can really mess up your products and stuff like that, or they may not even turn on. They may not work if like one thing's plugged in or something's not plugged in. How much are the mini FCUs? I think there was $99 for the first group of people that got in. I don't know what they're at now, but looking forward more to the 737 MAX than the 777. The MAX is going to be fun for sure. Yeah, the MAX will definitely be fun. All right, 210 knots, 5,000 feet. Here comes 5,000 feet, and then I'm going to bug up 210 knots. Good. And from here, where are we at? We need to be at 4,000 feet for Visley. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go direct. I'm going to go Visley. I'm going to insert that. And then we're going to go 4,000 feet. Throw it back into managed mode. And we'll go from there. Beautiful. So if you answered this morning, what's the latest on the Q400? I don't think they've put any news out on that Q400, to be honest. I haven't seen anything on that Q400. I'm not quite sure. I thought it said it was overcast at 20,000 feet or something. The normal price is $250, which, if I'm being honest with you, I feel like that is an extremely steep price tag. Especially if you're going to have to pay for your own shipping and your own import fees and all that other stuff. That's going to be like $400 for a little FCU unit. I don't know how many they're going to sell outside of like what they've already sold, if I'm being 100% honest with you. I just don't know how much they're going to sell. I feel like people are probably buying it for the price right now. I don't know if I'm buying it at $250. That's a lot of cash, man. All right, let's go flaps 1. Bring our speed down to 190. Continue the descent down. Looks like we're coming up on glide path now. Yeah, but that's the fake marketing real price. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you raise the price by $150. It's kind of seems a little crazy to me, man. I get like the whole supporting us and Kickstarter and things, but to then raise the price by $150, ay caramba, that's crazy. Glide slope, low start, captured, beautiful. 11.5 miles out. Should have the airport here in front of us in a second. Let's get this butter. I don't know if we're going for the butter, man. The winds are pretty gnarly here right now. We're going to be dealing with basically a 70-degree crosswind at 20 knots. So it's going to be hard rudder onto the... I'm going to go right rudder, left aileron. And hope that I keep this thing somewhat on the runway. I need V1 to come in here and teach me how to do these crosswind landings, dude. Airbus is... I feel like I'm getting better at the... I feel like I'm getting better at the Boeing crosswinds, but the Airbus still takes me for a little bit of a loop, man. It really does. All right, gear down.
2,000.
Flaps 2. Speed's rolling back. I'm going to go final approach speed now, chat. Performance activated. Good. Final approach speed, 2,000 feet. We'll go flaps 3. Good. Sounds are going up. And once we're coming through 160 knots, we'll go flaps full. I'm super curious to see what the next flight's going to be, chat. We're going to be empty. We're going to have like 6 people on board. It's going to be really funny to see what the next flight's going to be like, that's for sure. Is FSS the E-Jets located in the U.S.? I don't think so. I think they're in Germany. That is some heavy crosswind. Yes, look at our airplane right now. We're literally sideways going in on the approach. Nasty. Nasty, nasty. Cool. Joystick cam's on. Enjoy the arrival, friends. Hopefully I can keep it on the runway. Let's see. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, exactly. V1 just did an auto land today? That's not fair. He's a real pilot. He can't do auto lands. That's cheating. My airplane. He should be forced to land in all situations as a real pilot. He needs to teach us the ways, please. Good luck. Will's the master at crosswind PlayStation landings. What's the technique here, Will? Jam on my R2 button? Fuck, I wish it was that easy. I should definitely do a shared cockpit with V1. Until we get a proper shared cockpit program, man, it makes it a little bit difficult, dude. The shared cockpit programs, even like your controls and stuff, you end up troubleshooting half of the stream because shit's just not working the way that it should. Oh, chat, this is going to be bad. Oh, I can already tell, Chad. This is not going to be fun. We are sideways. Triangle, square, XX, circle. Nice. Maybe we should just start playing with a PlayStation remote. I swear it looks easier when Will does it, man. I'm having to like stomp my feet and oh boy. Okay, well that's a little bit better. 16 knots now. It's gusting a little bit. Remember, chat, we have VIPs on board here today. Oh, that's almost a straight 90-degree crosswind. At 18 knots. Oh, fuck. We are in trouble. Sounds are up. Enjoy, friends. Hockey players on board, they can take a hit. True.
400. 300. 100 above. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100.
All right.
Light slope.
40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Oh my god, that was actually kind of decent. Kind of decent. We maintained center line. Nose down gently. Chat, that was kind of good. We're getting better. We're getting better. 60 knots, reverser stowed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down. Vacate to the right. Okay, chat. That wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad. Welcome down. Ow. My ankles hurt. My ankles hurt from kicking that over. Alright, welcome friends. Holy shit. I can't believe we actually made it. Welcome to Columbus. That was actually a good landing. We're going over to the US Customs. We're going right in here. This isn't... I don't know if this is what it looks like, but this is where we're going, apparently. Let's clean up our flaps, clean up our ground spoilers. Reggie, my man, coming in with the 5 gifted members. Thanks for your support, man. Appreciate you, dude. Huge enough floaties. Thank you, man. That looked fun. It is fun. It is a hell of fun. I got to be honest with you. It is a lot of fun. But I'm only starting to like process it now. It's taken me this long to like get half decent at it, and honestly, that was luck. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know, chat. We're supposed to go in here. Obviously, I don't think it looks like we're. Hey, where are you going? Stop it. This is where we're supposed to go in. Obviously, I don't think we would actually be going in. I don't think it looks like this in real life, but yeah. Maybe we shouldn't take. Hold on. Okay. Maybe Delta 5 looks a little bit small. Let's go over here to Delta 4, whatever it is. Ryan, exclamation point MSFS if you're looking for my settings. Don't just spam graphics if nothing's happening. Obviously, that's not a command. Put exclamation point MSFS. High-end preset, clouds ultra, trees low. Sorry, unaware of the airport. APU's coming on. Johan coming in with a 70 Czar. Appreciate you, my man. This is textbook crosswind landing. Well done. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Wasn't that bad. I think we could have kicked it over just a little bit more. But, yeah, it was pretty good. I'm happy with that one. Considering I wasn't expecting to do that. I'm happy with that one. High-end preset, clouds ultra, trees low. I mean, dude, I try and keep it as basic as I can, right? As basic as I can. Alright, let's just go park. Hopefully there's like a... I don't know, dude. I don't even know if there's a spot over here for us, but we'll just go park over there. We'll pretend like we're important people. Good landing. I wouldn't be able to land that. Practice, man. You would be. Trust me. Just practice. We'll be fine. Alright, I think APU's on. Yep, APU's on. Good. Let's go over like this. We'll pretend that we're going here. It's the lane aviation. We'll pretend that we're going right like this. We're going to drop off our hockey players. And you know what we'll do? Actually, we'll set ourselves up so we don't need to push back. We'll just taxi we'll just get ourselves out.
Textbook X-Wind landing. Well done.
Thank you, Johan. Appreciate you, man. Huge no floaties to you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Incredibly kind, man. Trees end preset, low on ultra, high on clouds. Yeah, that's not going to confuse anybody. No problem. Just pull through the grass like you did in ETS. Hey. That was a good one. I've flown the wild charters a few times. They always use Delta 8950 so I can see where they park. Pretty cool. That is pretty cool, actually. Yeah, that is neat. Alright, we're going to stop right here. That way we don't need to push back. We can just start up again. We're staying on APU. So go ahead and hold right there. Park brake is on. Wonderful. Engine number 2 is off. Engine number 1 is off. Good. Beacon light is off. Seatbelt signs are off. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, it won't let me deboard, will it? It's not going to let me deboard and unboard because this is not a parking spot. Unless I like customize airport position. Can I even call this a gate? I can't. Okay, well, fine. That's okay. No worries. We'll just pretend that we're doing GSX deboarding and unboarding. But there we have it, chat. We made it. Look at that. Beautiful. We've made it down on the ground. There's our charter Air Canada Jetz. And there we have it, friends. Now we need to do the repositioning flight for tonight. So we have to get this bad boy back to Toronto for our flight. We do not have a replay of that, no, because we're doing a turnaround, Will. Anytime you do a turnaround, it can really mess things up. But what I can do is we can jam some tunes. So let me turn that down here a little bit. We'll get some tunage bumping for you guys. And we can set up our second leg going from Columbus to Toronto. And I think that's going to be a fairly short flight. So bear with me here. We're going to keep the exact same call sign, 8113. And then we'll go to KCMH over to CYYZ. I will inform you all of the flight time here. Yeah, that's a short flight. It's 338 miles, so probably just shy of an hour. That's good. It wants us on runway 23 for arrival, which would make sense. Then we can taxi ourselves down there. Okay, good. That's all good. We're departing out of 28 left. Yep, that's all good. Actually, I think we should probably depart out of 28 right. Yeah, let's depart out of 28 right. Do they have any SIDS out of here? KCMH, SIDS. There are no SIDS. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we'll go at 28 right for the departure then, just because we're going out to the north. So we'll set that up. And then passengers on board, we're going to have, we're going to say 8 passengers. Just with like crew that's coming with us. So we're basically going to be an empty aircraft. This is going to be pretty crazy. Yeah. Call the Phoenix stairs? I mean, yeah, but you're not going to see the passengers deboarding and unboarding. That's really the main thing. I don't really care for like the stairs. Sure, yeah, we can like go to the ground services and open up the doors and call the stairs. Sure, but it's not. We're not going to see the passengers boarding and deboarding, which is kind of the main thing. But that's fine. Sure, we can sit it and look at it like that. Sure. Okay, that's all set. That's all done. Good. Let me pre-file that on VATSIM for a second flight. Let me end this over here as well. I still don't understand where SimToolkit Pro... I can end my flight on SimToolkit Pro. It doesn't... It's very weird that it's not giving me an option to end flights on SimToolkit Pro anymore. Ferry flight back to Toronto. Yes, ferry flight back to Toronto. We're going up. It wants us at 39,000 feet. maybe? Yeah, I guess we could probably get to 39,000 feet. It's not going to be cruising long, but they want us up to 39,000 feet. Ay. Well, that'll be interesting. That's for sure. Okay, everything is done on SimBrief. Our flight plan has been filed, so we can go back in here and we can start kind of loading up the aircraft again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our My Flight, and we'll go ahead and import our next flight. There we go. 29-minute turn, no problem. Columbus over to Toronto, good. Go to our mass and balance tab. We'll go ahead and see we've got 8 passengers, 215 kilograms of cargo, and 5,300 kilograms of fuel. Load aircraft instant. I don't know if I've ever done this, chat, like basically flown an empty A320. This is pretty cool. Actually, we did this when we did the delivery flight out of Toulouse a couple months ago. I remember that as well. So, okay, cool. Let's come down here. We're going to do our init now. I don't think the init request is going to work because SimBrief is probably out of... I need to update the AirAC and it's going to say mismatch. Okay, apparently that one worked. No problem. I don't know why it didn't work before, but that's fine. Air Canada 8113. We're going to call ourselves good. Let's go init B page. Let's plug in some numbers. So we're going 44.8 27.7, 44.8 / 27.7. Was that correct? Yes. All right, we'll throw that up into there. Block fuel 5.3, we'll call it, because we are on APU burning. Good. Let's go to our flight plans. CMH departures. We're going to go 28 right because we are departing to the north. No SID, and we'll insert that. Good. Toronto arrivals. We're going to plan ILS 23. We're going to be on the Nuber 6 arrival. I rarely take that arrival into Toronto. We are going to have the query transition and our approach via Nudec, and we'll insert that. Beautiful. Now, let's go through this and make sure we don't have any discontinuities. Okay, good. We don't. We just have the manual when our star ends and all of that. Okay, good. All of that looks good. Happy with that. We'll do that this time so we don't end up over Detroit again. Nothing to see here. Cost index initially 5, cruise level 390, 39,000 feet. That's interesting, man. It's a 400 nautical mile flight. We've got us up to 390. Must want to take advantage of that tailwind or something. Let's go to our performance numbers. Let's come up here. We'll grab our departure performance. CMH 28 right, surface conditions are dry. We're doing a flaps 1, force toga no, anti-ice no. Load sheet, weather, calculate. Beautiful. 17, 23, 23, 117, 123, 123. Good. We're going with a flaps 1 / up 0.5 and 67. Up 0.5, 67. Somebody said toga takeoff unrestricted climb. We'd probably climb like an absolute maniac. Absolute maniac. All right, cool. Let's go to our MIC2 menus. We'll go to our ATSU menu, AOC, and we'll get our received messages. We've got our arrival message. Good. And then we've got our load sheet. We'll accept that. Wonderful. Cool. Have anything else after that? We should be good there. With that, I'm just going to recycle the flight directors. There we go. Now, other than that, we should be good to go. We've got APU, we've got power. We can go ahead and close the doors. Again, we can't unload or load via GSX, so we're just going to go to ground services. We're going to close the doors. Close you, remove you, remove you, remove you. Good, everything is removed. We come outside and we have a look. We're still sitting, standing. Good. APU's on, APU bleed is on. Red beacon light and seatbelt signs can come on. We'll go engine start. Wait for the packs to turn off. Good. Come over here and we'll spool up engine number 2. Enjoy. The music is ending here in 10 seconds. If you're going to YYZ, the flight number should be Air Canada 2112. So where are you guys getting this information from, King Bob? Like, the only information that I could find is that all Air Canada chartered flights start with the number 1, and they are 4 digits. That's the only information that I was able to find about Air Canada charters, like when they're flying the NHL players. Do you know Microsoft removed the AnyBuilds A320 from the beta, so it's not coming anytime soon? Yes, Paul. Yeah. Too many crashes apparently on the crash report. Why does it always give me the E-Jet series early access welcome message? It does that for everybody, Cameron, every time you load in. I don't know if it's something that they think we enjoy reading or something. I don't know, man. Engine number 1. Ottawa Senators is 7047. Is it always 7047? Is that like always their call sign? So that's what I'm saying. Like, are there call signs that are only used? Air Canada 748 is the return. So like, where are you guys getting this information? That's what I want to know. I'm not that I don't believe you, but like, where are you guys getting this information? Because like I said, when I checked and tried to get more information about the charter flights and stuff, I couldn't find any information other than all Air Canada charter flights start with the number 8 and then on. You work for Air Canada? Oh well, fuck. that would make sense then. But I just, yeah, like I couldn't get any information on it, so it was kind of weird, you know? I know Boston flies Swift Flight 21 and increasing numbers each flight, so 2120, 2121, got you. Okay, interesting. Huh. Well, I'll try and find the proper call sign for tonight, but I don't know. I was a flight attendant when we were on a flight down to Flight Sim Expo. Oh shit, you were on the RJ, the CRJ 900 from Ottawa to Montreal. Yes. That's crazy, man. Did you ever get to, Trevor? Yes, thank you. Did you ever get to do any of these, Trevor? Or are you just stuck with us lousy passengers? What's the route tonight? We're flying home the Panthers from Toronto to Fort Lauderdale. If you can get me that call sign, Trevor, that would be incredible. I don't know if I think the Jetz does all those guys, but I don't know. All right, we got one last company message. It's going to be our final load sheet. 8 passengers. We got all that. Good, set, cool. Flaps 1, wonderful. We need a up trim value of 0.5. Up value 0.5, good. Ground spoilers armed, predictive windshield system is on, engine mode selector to the normal position, auto brakes over to max RTO, and that is good. We'll give the flight attendants, there's nobody on board, but we'll give them the ding. Park brake comes off, and we're going to go forward. We're going to follow that Air Canada. Actually, what we'll do is we'll pull ourselves out of Delta 4. We'll go Delta, actually no, we'll just stay in the ramp, because then we got to come out here to, right, okay, cool. Thoughts of the release of Ark Survival Ascended, Unreal Engine 5. Never been a fan of that game. I don't know what it would look like on Unreal 5, but is there or will there be an A340 in Microsoft 2020? Currently, no. The only one that I know of is the Tolus A340 for X-Plane. I don't know if one's coming to Microsoft, to be honest with you. I do not know. All right, let's do our takeoff config test. Check. Oh, apparently we're running over some speed bumps here. No problem. Taxi light can come on as well. Is there... sorry, I got that one. That's a long flight. Toronto to Fort Lauderdale. I think it's about 2.5, 3 hours, Will. Nothing too crazy. It's pretty quick. It's like 1,500 miles, 1,300 miles or something. Nautical miles. No return flight. It'll just be one single flight. There's going to be a Latin VFR 340. Well, as we mentioned, everybody has different skill levels and skill sets and what they're looking for with aircraft. This is free scenery, by the way, Chad. It's not bad. You can tell that some of the ground markings are still kind of like freeware-ish. It could be better for sure. But this is free scenery. Would have been cool if the FBO was actually modeled, so I don't know if anybody will ever make a paid Columbus, but... Oh, yes, thank you, Cal. Have to restart it. What's the schedule for streams? Exclamation point schedule in chat. I should pop that up nice and easily, man. And as we're talking about it, the schedule's right there. Look at that. Right, that should be updated now upstairs for us all. All I can find is the Panthers last year was Delta 8947. Gotcha. Okay. I finally learned to make camera views. You make the pilot set to 0 and change the XY to -5. Correct. Yes. As I've always mentioned, man, setting your views, it may seem difficult like at the beginning, but I think you'll pick it up quite easily, and it becomes pretty natural. All right, we're going to do initial climb 10,000 once again. It is very beneficial to be able to set your own views, because sometimes downloaded views just won't work. So, you've learned the secret. Not really a secret, like I said, man, there's tons of tutorials out there that'll show you exactly how to do it. All right, runway looks clear. How are we looking out this way? We're looking good. Cool. Let's go and get our landing lights on. Oh man, I don't know why it's doing that to me lately. It like takes my nose wheel input and like sends it all. I think it's because I'm holding the camera down and doing it, so it like jerks the camera all the way to, sorry, not the camera, the nose wheel all the way to the right. It's really weird. I've noticed it started doing that recently. Columbus traffic, Air Canada 8113 departing 28 right. But Microsoft, and I have to say this is way more advanced than FS9 than I'm used to. Yeah, for sure, Joe. Yeah, things have advanced quite a little bit, haven't they? It's pretty cool though, right? Pretty damn cool. All right, chat, sounds are up. I'm pretty sure this takeoff roll is going to be less than, we're going to take some bets. I'm going to say it's going to be less than 25 seconds. Probably closer to like 15-second takeoff roll. It's going to be pretty gnarly. Joystick cam's going on. Enjoy the departure, my friends. Throttle's up to about 40%. Chrono's on. Let's go. Manflex 67 SRS runway auto thrust blue. Takeoff power is set. Slight nose down pressure on the stick. Airspeed is alive. It's going to be risky. Not risky, but weird. Oh my gosh, yeah, we're already at 100 knots. Neutral. V1. Rotate. That is ridiculous. Trying to keep it. Ooh, that was nice. Crosswind departure. Gear up. That had to have been less than 25 seconds. Rocket ship. Literal rocket ship. Already at 2,100 feet. Throttles to climb. Bring the nose down. Alright, let's send us direct to red above. Insert. Right turn. Steve, my man. Huge enough floaties to you. 38 months. Appreciate it, man. Says, hello, Cap. How are you? That was a spicy takeoff. Oh, baby. Thanks for support, man. Appreciate you, dude. Good to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 38 months. Thrust reduction. So good. So good. Runway turnoff's coming off. Nose lights off. Wing lights off. Ground spoilers disarmed. altitude. 39,000 feet. Flaps clean. Pitch for climb. Climbing like an animal. 8,000 feet. Autopilot on. Flight deck. Sounds are back. What a beautiful departure, my friends. Absolutely beautiful. Climbing out like a madman. Pretty sure we're above 3,000 feet per minute right now. Oh yes, 4,700 feet per minute. When have you seen that type of climb rate in an Airbus, Chad? That's an Airbus with 8 people on board. That's what that is. There's 10,000 feet. Landing lights can come off. Seatbelt signs can come off as well. Pretty clear skies up here. This thing is a rocket ship. Yeah, the A300, true. Yeah, that thing does climb like a bat out of hell as well. Scheduled flight time for this leg, chat, was 52 minutes. 52 minutes. Yeah, good to see you, Steve. It's been a while, man. You are right. It has been a while since I've seen you in one of the streams, man. I hope all's well, man. Morning, Cap, watching your streams from 36,000 feet, flying from Toronto. I'm Porter from Vancouver. Great experience so far. Nice, Clay. Very cool, man. Very, very, very cool. I'm undecided. I've been looking at flying Porter down to Vegas for Flight Sim Expo 2024. Porter's got some pretty cool flights. It would be Ottawa to Toronto, Toronto, Vegas direct. So I've been thinking about that. Pretty competitive pricing as well, like right up there with like Air Canada and WestJet. So now the only thing is I get crazy points if I fly with Air Canada, right? Because of my Aeroplan. So I'm undecided. Usually I would take Air Canada. I'm just gonna have to wait and see kind of like what it's like at the time. But that Porter is now that they fly a ton out of Ottawa because they have their crew base here in their not the crew base, sorry, their maintenance bay here. So yeah. How is Porter as an airline? I've only ever flown on them once, Huskers, and it was on their Q400. But it was a pretty good experience, man. I mean, they have a little bit more legroom in their Q400s. They don't stack them like WestJet or Air Canada, so there's a little bit more legroom in the aircraft. For me, it was a good experience. I mean, free alcoholic beverages, free food. They're kind of like, they remind me of what an airline used to be like. Does that make sense? Like, remember when you used to fly, it was like almost like a treat, right? Like if you flew on anything over like 2-3 hours, you would get a meal. Alcoholic beverages were usually part of it, you know, like you could have a beer, you could have a glass of wine, you could have a rum and Coke. Everything was included. That's how I remember flying when I was a kid. So I don't know, they kind of remind me of that. It kind of reminds me that they've like kind of taken it back that way. Yeah. And if you buy a flight with Porter using your Aeroplan Amex, you still get a bunch of points, not as many as with Air Canada booking, but still. Interesting, Sebastian. That's actually a good idea. I should look at that then. Yeah. The good old days. Well, that's just how it reminds me. Yeah. There's a Delta 75 getting fueled at the FBO and YVR right now. Which hockey team would that be? Who's in Vancouver right now? Who's in Vancouver? Whoever is in Vancouver right now. Porter has no middle seats, nice service, good food and drinks on board, comfortable. The E190 E2s are amazing. Did you see they had an APU fire or something like that in Ottawa the other day? They got a fire alarm, smoke alarm warning. The APU on one of the new E2s in Ottawa a couple days ago. Yeah. Not on U.S. Airlines. I don't remember that at all. Even when you were a kid, Will, you don't remember that? Like flying with your parents as a kid, man? I always used to remember that, man. We used to fly, like, you'd fly anywhere, man. Anything over like 2-3 hours and you would get a meal, a hot meal. Like, I remember taking early morning flights, going out to see family, like Ottawa to Vancouver or whatever. And yeah, the Vegas Golden Knights are in Vancouver. There you go. NHL app says Vegas Golden Knights are playing Vancouver. Then that's probably who they were flown in by. There you go. Porter and Air Transat are supposedly starting a joint venture. Interesting. That could be cool. That could definitely be cool. But yeah, I'm kind of on the fence right now. So I may fly Porter just because of the experience. I think that it would be cool to fly on their E2s and free Wi-Fi, free food, free drinks for my flight down to Vegas. The only thing when I was checking with Porter is the way home was a little bit weird. The way home was not operated by Porter. Maybe I have to stay a week. I only had it as 6 days. Maybe if I stay 7 days, it'll be the same way back. But the routing back was a JetBlue A321 from Las Vegas to Boston, and then 2 Porter Q400s. One from Boston to Toronto City, and then Toronto City to Ottawa. That was the way home with Porter. But maybe if I did a week to a week, it would probably be the same Porter flight. That's probably why they probably don't fly down every single day to Vegas. But yeah. Porter's going to do the short hauls and Transat will do the long internationals and the A330s. Interesting. Huh. Porter and Air Transat JV is an extension deepening of their code share agreement, trying to compete with better, larger carriers. Makes sense. I mean, that's really the only way you're going to compete with Air Canada, right? So many great old airlines that are no longer in service as well. Missing some of those old brands, Pan Am, TWA, Northwest. I mean, that's, yeah, those were the airlines growing up, man. I remember seeing like bare metal 737s parked up at gates and stuff. The American Airlines, the bare metal 73s. Man, those were the days. We are climbing 1,900 feet per minute at 27,000 feet. Unheard of numbers for the Airbus. I feel like a 7.3 would climb like this, but not an Airbus. The Arizona Cardinals have a 777 they used to travel the team around. That's crazy. Do you remember Air Canada Tango? I do, yeah. Do you remember when Air Canada Jazz used to have the 4 colors, Kevin? They had green, red, yellow, and what was the other one? They had 4 different colors on their Jazz airplanes. I remember those too, man. That was badass. I used to love those. As a kid, I only remember being given free plane toys and crayons on board. There you go. What about going up to sit jump seat in the cockpit, man? Things like that don't happen anymore. Red, green, yellow, and orange. You're correct. That's what it was. Yeah. Eastern ruled Atlanta back then. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Air Canada Tango. That didn't last very long, did it? Air Canada Tango. Let's see what their planes look like. I do remember that. Oh man. Dude, it's so old that they have 737 200s. An Air Canada 737-200 Air Canada Tango. What is that? Why is there a F-15 back there too? Man, I do remember that livery. It was a sweet livery. But they used to operate it a lot in their A321s and A321 Neos. Look at that. Air Canada Tango. I'm pretty sure Rouge just replaced it. It's almost the same design as Rouge. But yeah, Air Canada Tango. It's an F-18. Do you remember Air Canada 747s? I do. Yeah, I flew on one when I was a kid. I flew on one to Frankfurt, Toronto to Frankfurt on the old Air Canada 747. They had A320s too, delivery in the Phoenix app. Interesting, huh? Maybe we'd have to go and dig that one out one day, Kev. Do some retro Tango ops. Because that's basically like Air Canada Rouge, basically. Like, that's basically what Tango is now, right? the lower cost Air Canada like option. Did you fly the upper deck? I don't think so. I don't remember, Diego. I was like 3 or 4 years old. I just remember because I have pictures. Like my family has pictures. It was quite a big, it was like the first time we had all been going, we went back to Germany as a family. Since my dad was a pilot in the Air Force way back, I got to go in a couple cockpits of the DC-8 charter mid-flight from Madrid to New Jersey somewhere. It was awesome as a kid. Oh man, I remember Huskers. I think one of my greatest aviation like memories from being a kid, I must have been 13 or 14 years old, and I was on a flight. I was going to visit my aunt and uncle in St. John, New Brunswick, and we were on a flight from Montreal to St. John, and just after takeoff, the flight attendant came back and said, the captain saw you come on board and was wondering if you wanted to go ride in the cockpit for the flight. Because shit like that, prior to like 9/11, like that was pretty normal, right? You could do stuff like that. And I remember just like looking at my mom and my mom being like, yeah, okay, you can go, like whatever. So anyways, I went, maybe I was younger than that. I must have been maybe like 11, 12, somewhere around there. Because how old are we now? I have to think about, yeah, I must have been 10 or 11, somewhere like that. Anyways, it was on an Air Canada Jazz BAE 146. The mini 747, the little four engine jet, and Air Canada only operated them for like just over a year. They had them for like a year and a half or something like that. And I'll never forget, man, I remember sitting there, and I sat there the whole flight, and I was listening to their air traffic controllers, and I was talking with the pilots and stuff, and it was so cool to like watch them do their checklist and everything. And I remember we were coming in, and it was literally like a insane crosswind, and I remember the airplane like coming in like this, like we're basically sideways, just eating that crosswind. And at the very last moment, like them like kicking, I remember telling my mom, I remember being like, mom, the plane was literally sideways on approach. I was like, we don't get to see that from the back, but I was like, the plane was sideways, and my mom was just like, oh, okay, you know, just not understanding what I was trying to say. But man, yeah, that was probably one of my greatest, like, as a kid, like, wow, this is kind of like why I love aviation, and this is why I love like flight sim and flying, and it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. My mom used to work for People's Express. Anyone remember that airline? I don't know. And I flew that plane for a bit. No, not at all. Remember back in the day with AirTran in Atlanta? There were some good ones. Yeah. Remember going up to Flight Deck and some of those other transatlantic flights to see family overseas, usually on 767s. Those were the days. Yeah, crazy, man. Remember going up on an Airbus, an old Airbus, a lot of Q400s, a BAE 146. I think the most often it was like a Q400 that was in the flight deck of that, but yeah. The mid-flight experience is like, yeah, I got really lucky, Huskers. I don't know if it's because they knew that like my family was like high up at Air Canada. Some of my family members were higher, like VPs and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know if that was the reasoning behind it. Like they knew that like I was, you know, a family member of an employee. I don't know, man. But I'll take it. It was an experience I will remember for a very, 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 very long time. Probably forever, to be honest with you. Remember jump seating Norwegian 737-800 from ESSA to ESNU and back. It was magical. It is a cool experience, man, for sure. Especially like one that like I think like you can definitely remember. Yeah, it's a dream to ride the jump seat. It is, man. I'm you know, listen, now that I've got a couple friends, I've got a friend that works at Flair, and he's a captain over at Flair, and I've been bugging him. I've just been like almost to the point where like I'm starting to feel bad, because every time I talk to him, I'm like, so when are you going to have enough? Like, when are you going to be captain long enough to be able to tell Flair? But anyways, I think Kevin was saying that, Kevin also works in the airline industry, and Kevin was saying that I don't think you're allowed now after 9/11. I don't think, no matter what, I don't think you're allowed to ride jump seat. I don't know how that works, because obviously, like, there's like flight crew, there's aviation YouTube channels that have that, like, you clearly see that somebody is riding jump seat. So I'm pretty sure that there are ways that you can make it happen. I don't know what there are. You need to be cleared, probably need to have at least a background record, criminal check or something done. I don't know how that would work. I've always told him, like, just get the okay from your company, and I'll worry about what needs to be done on my end. Do you know what I mean? If I go to them with my YouTube channel and say, hey, I have an aircraft dedicated YouTube channel, I want to make a video on the day in a life of a pilot, the flight deck, whatever, maybe I can go with that approach and actually, like, make content, actually record it, bring my GoPros, record everything. I don't even know how that would work. So I don't know. Another thing is my cousin. My cousin now works for Canadian North. He's flying the ATR as a first officer. And I feel like I would probably have a little bit more luck with that one, just because it's not, I don't know how heavily regulated it is up there, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah. You may be able to ask them about to get on a Part 91, a repositioning flight. That could work as well. Yeah. Yeah, I don't, probably need to go through the public affairs office for the airline. Yeah, there's things that obviously would, and I don't even know where to get started. Maybe that's something that I should start looking into. If anybody works at an airline, if anybody has any ins at any airlines, feel free, because I'd love to do that, man. I have all these GoPros. I have 4 GoPros that just sit there and don't really do much. And to be able to, like, hook things up and to do things, I think it would be pretty damn cool, man, to get some recordings or something like that. Yeah. Steve, drop with a $5 donation. Huge enough floaties to you, my man. Thank you. Incredibly kind, dude. Thanks so much,
As
my
a
friend.
kid, I remember getting up in on wings, getting those long listening earphones and tuning into the ATC and eating meals was fun. Good memories.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. You are correct. Who remembers being able to be on the airplane and they used to have the channel, you used to be able to listen to ATC? Do you remember that? When you were, when you would go and he'd be on the airplane, and I'm trying to think if it was before the in-flight entertainment, and you used to have the little thing at your like, you used to be able to, like, tune radio channels and stuff like that. Might have been through the IFE, but it also might have been a little thing on your thing. I can't remember. Why do I have 4 GoPros? When I went to that sim in Toronto, when I went to go record all the video footage, when I went to that 737 simulator in Toronto, bought a bunch of GoPros and recording devices so I could record proper content for you guys. The headphones and the 2 prongs. Yep, you got it. It had a dial to turn it. Okay, so I am thinking correctly. Those were the days, man. I used to love sitting there listening to that. You'd listen for your call sign. You'd try and listen to what they were saying. Remember that on, like, Continental Airline before the merge, and it was like Channel 7. Yep, absolutely, man. Why didn't you bring them to World Flight? They already had everything, Will. They didn't need anything from me, man. Or you mean, why didn't I record it from my end for World Flight? I don't know, actually. That could be a good idea. I don't even know if there's any room, if I'm being honest with you, Will. The way that they have it all set up, like, my cameras can't take priority over, like, the stream cameras and stuff, right? So, yeah.
$2 for Huskers 66 and $10 to Josh Whelan due to my OCD with numbers kappa.
Jesus Christ. 5th, 6th, 7th biggest fan coming in with $12. Okay, so he wants $2. Okay, Jesus Christ. This guy, man. He wants $2 on Huskers for $400 on the month. I'll make this happen. $400 on the month. And then Josh Whelan goes to $200 on the month. There we go. 400, 300, 200. I think I know who that was. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. I watched your video the other night. Flying into Oshkosh. Thank you for your support, my friend. I appreciate you as always, dude. Thank you, buddy. This guy, man. would be neat content. It could be neat. Well, I just don't know how I would, like I said, man, I just don't know where I would put the cameras, and like, there's no room, dude. I would probably end up just having these weird ass angles, and then just to like, you might understand, but like, to set up audio and make sure that all the cameras are capturing the correct audio at the same time, and then syncing up all the cameras, dude, it's an absolute nightmare. It's a literal nightmare. Like, it's not fun. Kudos to Max and all those other content creators who have to kind of sync all that stuff up together and get all that working. Oh man. Do you ever watch the Microsoft developer streams? I've seen a few of them, Fliterer. I don't know like when they're scheduled and when they're supposed to happen, if that's what you mean. But yeah, I do try and watch some of them when they are available. Hey Gap, how easy it was for you to set up your Airbus pack? I got mine yesterday and I had to walk away. The D10s were kicking my ass. So Rich, make sure, I don't know if you've done so, make sure you go over to the Thrustmaster website and download the proper drivers. Make sure that the drivers are all set up. It is a pain in the ass. I'm not even going to try and beat around the bush. You have to be insanely like sensitive with your movements and where you put things and how you do them. My easiest suggestion is watch some tutorials and see exactly how they're doing them. But the big thing is make sure that you go to the Thrustmaster website and you have the most recent drivers, as that addresses some of the issues that can make them a little bit too twitchy to kind of set and stuff like that. So, the new GoPro 12 cameras are out. You can sync up 4 cameras at once now. Damn. I have the Hero 9s, Brett. Hero 9? I think so. That's what I have. The Hero 9. Remember we used to get pillows in economy? Man. Alright, we are on track this time, chat. Not that anything happened. 31 miles till top of descent. So we need to kind of start plugging in some information here. What are the winds doing in Toronto? Let's get this programmed. We'll get all this set up now. QNH 2977, low pressure. Alright, temperature is 10 degrees. Wow, that seems crazy warm. The winds, once again, gusting. At least they're gusting down the runway this time, so it's not going to be a crazy crosswind. But winds are 220, 14, gusting 21. Ay caramba. And we're going to go check our minimums. Now, I think we still have flights, unload, import, good. We should have our arrival. We are coming in from this way. We're coming in from Query. So Query to Knock to Herbal to Newber to Ikbat and then down, and we're going, oh no, that's for the wrong runway. We're going for this one. Good. Down like that. Minimums, we need our runway. Approach, ILS-23, pin U. There's a cool RNAV approach. Actually, shit, you know what we should do, chat? Where's that RNAV? Isn't there a cool ass RNAV? The RNAV Yankee from Tasku. We could shoot that. Do you want to shoot the RNAV? Let's do that. Let's shoot the RNAV 23. Flight plan, arrivals, RNAV. Which one was it? The RNAV Yankee 23. I forgot. I only knew this approach. Somebody showed me this the other day. The RNAV Yankee 23. And then query, that's all good. And then our approach, we're going to go via Tasku. And we'll insert that. Good. And then performance, top of descent, good. If we go back to our flight plan, performance, init, wind request for descent. Insert. Good. And now we're 10 miles. And now we're going to shoot the RNAV approach. I'm just going to make sure that all of this is good. Doesn't look all crazy, which it shouldn't. Okay, cool. Let's bring our descent down. We'll go initially to 5,000 feet, and then we'll work it from there. 5,000. 7 miles. Beautiful. You're doing the RNAV? Cool. Sweet. A light plane should be spicy with those winds? Yes. Gonna have to fly it right into the ground, because if not, she's just gonna want to go floating away. Float, float, float. Put this to plane. I'm gonna start our descent. Okay. That looks good to me. It's exactly the way that it should be drawn in. Cool. Happy with that. And we are now descending. I'm just going to bump up my cost index to like 25. There we go. Cool. Do you have your E175 XP Realistic profile on there, Cap? No, I downloaded the top one, Cameron. I downloaded the top one and then kind of tweaked it. I turned off some of the other like sounds and stuff like that, because that aircraft can benefit from some of the sounds that XP Realistic can do. So, no, we should be good, Steve. Toronto's pretty good. We've flown in there not too long ago either. Pretty good. All right, and then for our taxi down into Toronto, because we're not an actual commercial flight, we're going all the way over here to the general aviation area. This guy right here. Sky Service. We're going to park somewhere there. We'll probably end up parking like right here, 547 or something. The Sky Service, or maybe over here there might be another little area that we can go park. We'll see. It should be modeled. It is the Fly Tampa scenery, so it should all be modeled down there, so we should be able to have a look-see at that. Cool. We got the seatbelt signs on. And we are now descending into Toronto. Remember, guys, if you haven't done so, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. Thanks, everybody, for being here today. I really do appreciate it. I know it's been a busy day on YouTube. A couple other streams going, so thank you, everybody, for your support. Appreciate it. Hope you guys have been enjoying the stream so far. Again, a little bit of something different. This is kind of cool, though. I think this kind of opens up the possibility for us to maybe do even like more like cool charter flights. We could do some like basketball teams, NFL teams, or something like that. I don't know how many fly like the A320 around, but yeah. Mopar, what's up, my man? Good to see you, dude. Is this a relocating flight? It is, yes, Miles. Yeah. So we flew Ottawa down to Columbus for their game tomorrow night. Now we're doing a relocating flight to Toronto. And I'm trying to decide tonight if we want to go down. I thought maybe of flying the Florida Panthers down tonight from Toronto to Fort Lauderdale. I thought about doing one of those ones, so yeah. Cap, is this a CMH scenery? I'm going spot this flight today at KCMH, my home airport, and we have the same A320 and livery coming in tonight. Yeah, they're going to be bringing the Sens in for their game tomorrow night. Is there any scenery? Exclamation point scenery. There's freeware scenery, Tricky. It's okay. It's not bad, but yeah. When I went plane spotting, I saw an AC Jetz parked at the parking area by the AN 124. Yeah, probably just sitting there, Captain Dom. Probably waiting for a flight in it. Mopar, dude. How's the work day, my friend? 2 o'clock, lunchtime. A little bit of a late lunch. Mopar's like me when I used to work my welding. I used to hold off on my lunch as long as I could so that I take my lunch and then you come back and you only have a couple hours left of the day. I'd always be the last one to take my lunch. Is a relocation fight for fun, or does the software care where you last flew and where you started again? No, you can do whatever you want, Justin. You can do whatever you want, man. And I mean, if you wanted to make it like even more realistic the way that you're suggesting, Justin, there's programs that you can download. There's a program called A Pilot's Life, and there's a bunch. There's so many little programs and stuff that you can do. You could also fly for virtual airlines. So if you fly for a virtual airline, you actually have purposes of flying and where you're flying, and that you could actually bid for flights and stuff like that. So you're also currently having lunch, Del Taco. Did you get that new shake? Was it you that sent me the shake, Matthew? Somebody sent me the new shake that they have. They have a Biscoff cookie shake at Del Taco, and it's Biscoff butter combined with like their milkshake and then little bits of Biscoff on top. How are the Maple Leafs doing so far? I don't know. I don't watch the Maple Leafs. I think they're okay. They're doing better than the Sens are. It's exactly what I'm doing now. Taking a late lunch to work is short after. Absolutely. Yeah. I ate my lunch while I work so I can just chill when I'm on my lunch. Got you. Okay. That makes sense too. Plus, the mechanic, you kind of just eat as you go, right? What airport is that down there, chat? That's London. Okay, that's what I figured. I think Flair and Air Canada and them fly into London. So we are most likely going to vacate on, well, if we're lucky we'll hit Hotel 2. Probably not. Hotel 3, Hotel 4. Actually, we're super light. We may actually even hit Hotel 3. Hotel 2, sorry. If we do that, then we're just going to go down. We'll go to Echo, and then all the way down Echo. Yeah, it should be good. Flair does seasonally out of the West Coast. Gotcha. I didn't get the shake this time, but that was me who sent it. Okay, it was you. Okay. They're 11, 6, and 3. Yeah, they're doing much better than the Sens. What are the Sens? 8 and 9, I think? 8 and 9 to start the season. I mean, not too bad, but higher expectations on that team this year for sure. If you think on charter flights, might think of the 737 BBJ flights, then you can be completely free from where to fly, or you could buy interest on the airline to cut ops. No, you're right. Yeah, that could be fun. That could definitely be fun, doing some charter ops. You can also take that across the Atlantic as well, because there's no passengers, right? So, Zach, what's up, my man? Good to see you, dude. Since they're 8 and 9. Hopefully 9 and 9 by tomorrow. Columbus is not a very good team. No offense to any Columbus Blue Jackets fans, just stating the obvious. I feel like on paper, Ottawa should beat the Columbus Blue Jackets, but we'll see. We shall see. Descending through 26,000 feet now. Ground spoilers are armed. Auto brake is set as well. I was going to say we could do our performance, but honestly, I think it's going to be laughable at how short the performance of this aircraft is going to be right now. We're going to say that surface conditions are dry. We're going to land on runway 23. We'll refresh the METAR. We'll apply the METAR. We're going to go with low auto brake, yes. Idle reverse thrust. We'll go max reverse thrust. We could probably just go idle, to be honest with you, but we'll go max reverse thrust. Auto throttle on. Manual landing flaps are going to be full. And our landing weight, if we bump over here, we'll grab a number probably close to, we'll say 47. 47.0. We'll say 47.5. Just to be exact. And there we go. It says we're going to land in 5,600 feet. I even think that's a stretch. I think that's too much. But we'll see. We shall see how she goes. He Captain, en route to Newcastle from Krakow. Nice. Enjoy, man. We're 11, 7, and 3. The Leafs. There you go. Or wait, no, who? Detroit? Who are we talking about, Steve? The Red Wings, got you. Yes, they signed Patrick Kane. I don't know how that's going to go for them, man. I mean, other than him being able to feed DeBrincat and DeBrincat being able to score and stuff like that, sure, I get that. I just don't know how much he's going to help. 30, what is he, 36, 35? 35 years old, hasn't played in 8 months, coming off major hip surgery. That's a gamble, man. $2.75 million. What's he going to end up playing? 2/3 of the season if he gets in and stays healthy? He'll get 2/3 of the season in, so he's already missed a third of the season. You're almost paying him $3 million. I don't know, man. I guess if you have the cap room, it's not, DeBrincat and Kane were absolutely on fire when they were, yeah, exactly, Mopar. They were on fire when they played in Chicago together. So, yeah, 35 and coming off hips are correct. Shake my head, I don't get it. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. I think I agree with you. Like, more than anything, I feel like it's more like it's almost like just get him in there, even like as a role. You know what I mean? But it's interesting. I don't know if it's going to help them or if it's going to... I guess it depends on how much he plays every night. You know what I mean? If he plays 10, 15 minutes a night, yeah, he'll probably be fine. Probably just be setting up DeBrincat all day long, right? Yeah, I don't know. I watched him play in New York, man, and he just looked... Obviously, now that he's gone and had like a major hip surgery, maybe some things make sense, but I didn't think he played very well when he was with New York with the Rangers last year at the trade deadline, and then for the playoffs, he didn't look good. Yeah. And then Chicago trying to dump Perry. Oh yeah, he's gone. He cleared waivers. Nobody picked him up. I'm sure all the other GMs know exactly what happened. We don't know what happened. I've been hearing that like this whole he slept with one of the moms on the mom trip. Apparently it's all bullshit. It's a speculation started by somebody and it's not true at all. Apparently he had a confrontation with a staff. So I'm wondering if he like beat up like one of the coaches or something. He had a confrontation with one of the staff members. That's what Chicago is saying. So I don't know if he like, I don't know, man, did he knock out a trainer? Did he, one of the medical people? Who knows, man? But obviously it was enough to make no other NHL team pick him up. So everybody else passed on him. So I don't know. Who knows what he really did, man? Who knows what he really did? Okay, we're not doing the ILS. We're doing the RNAV. So let me pin that. And then we can open this bad boy up. And we see 2,700 feet at Denis. So we can bug that up now. 2,700. Good. Cool. Eiserman, I guess maybe that's what he was thinking. Plus, we haven't been to the playoffs in forever. Our goaltending was terrible, especially early on. Here's the thing. Like, again, I kind of feel like on paper Detroit should be better than they are. They've had a great start to the season. I'm not going to deny that. But like as of late, I think they've just been a little bit more back to like normal, right? DeBrincat was scoring like 2-3 goals every game for like the first like couple games. He's got what, like 3 goals in his last 13 games or something like that. Like they're, much more normal statistics now. I don't know, man. I still think goaltending and defense is a huge problem with Detroit, and depth. You've got Lucas Raymond, you've got DeBrincat now, you've got who's your captain? You've got a good, solid couple players, but I don't know. He'll be in the minors somewhere forever. I don't even think he'll be in the minor league, to be honest with you, Mopar. The dude's like 36 or 37 years old. Like, he got the contract, like, that's what's silly. He got the contract from Chicago, and it was like, Chicago basically paid him 3 times what he was worth because they had to get to the cap floor. You have to spend X amount, right, at the minimum. So I'm pretty sure that's why they gave him the contract that he was getting. It was like a $4 million contract. The guy is like, yeah, he can still score some goals, but he's, he's at the very end of his career, so I don't know. Who knows where he will be. He's probably done with professional hockey. Larkin, yes. Larkin's filthy. He's a very good player. What capture card do I use? I have the Elgato 4K 60 Pro. So the PCI capture card. Not the pass-through, the PCI card. Jamie, you can also put exclamation point stream PC, and I believe that it will bring you I believe that'll give you the specs for the stream PC. Yeah, there it is there. The Elgato 4K 60 Pro. Matthew, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. All right, 10,000 feet. Landing lights are on. Speed's back at 250. We are shooting the RNAV, so it's going to be a real cool approach. There you go. You can see how it draws it in very nicely. Merbird, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. What flavor is that? What flavor is this? I forget. I forget what this is. It's pretty good. Tangy something. Peach rings. I knew I would get it. Peach rings. Endgame peach rings. Endgame is the company for all my fellow Canadians. Yeah, it's really good. I like that one. Let's go back here. Restrictions, 220 knots. Speed's coming back down now. Hockey 2 sports in one. Boxing and hockey, can't beat that. Yes, very true. Very true. Yeah. Don't watch the NHL, but anyway know how the Lightning did this year. Lightning are okay. They've been missing their starting goaltender. The Lightning have been good for like the past like 7-8 years though, man. Maybe even before. I feel like the Lightning have been good for like the past decade. Like decent team. Maybe not like the best team, but a decent team over the last decade. Steve Yzerman, man. He's now in Detroit, but he's the one that built that team. There's the airport chat. Toronto Pearson. He just came back from surgery. Who's that? Matthew. I'm in Buffalo and they finally just opened up the first recreational dispensary around you. Hey, congratulations, my friend. That's big news. The start of many, hopefully. I've probably got 100 around me now. I don't understand how they all are open. I don't know if the profit margins are that much, but there's literally 100 dispensaries in my city. I don't know how they're all open, man. Every time I go, there's nobody there. I don't know. It's weird. Look at all the trains down here, Mopar. Trains. Train. Big train yard here in Toronto. Big train yard. Trains. 10, 8, and 5. Not bad. Letting goalie... Oh, Vasi had surgery. Yes. He came back the other night. Well, he's not playing it. He's back practicing, I think, right? It's a front. Huge Lightning fan here. There you go. Very cool. Yeah, they've been a good team for a while, man. A good team. Dispensaries are like pharmacies, aka medical shops. Yes and no. Yes and no. All right. Speed restriction, 210 knots. Going to bug up 210. We're going to go flaps 1. Maintain our descent profile. You can see our VDEV. So if I just hit approach now, right? Yes. Okay. Final approach. There we go. So we've got that. That's all set. And we're coming in on the RNAV. How much weed can you buy at once? 35 grams or the equivalent. Wait. Yeah, 35? 35 grams. Or the equivalent. So I forget. They have like their own... They have like weird values for like the... like oil... Like 1 gram of oil counts as 3.5 grams towards your 35 gram limit. So they do like weird stuff on how they separate it. He's been playing. He played the other night. Really? Vasilevsky? Jesus, dude. There was talks of him not like coming back to like more than halfway through the season. Dude just had back surgery. That's insane. He's back already, man. The rehab these guys have is just nuts. Absolutely nuts. I think there's more trains here, Mopar. Yeah, this is a huge train yard. Whoa. Look at this. Where's Mopar? Trains. Look at all them trains. I need to bring you up to Toronto, Mopar. Look at that. Shit. The key is to have the wife get her own order. Yeah, if you wanted to, for sure. I'm the only one that smokes, Will, so I usually don't need to buy 70 grams of weed at the same time. I usually, and honestly, man, I like going to the dispensary. Like, believe it or not, well, no, I guess it's believable. As a marijuana advocate, I like going to the dispensary. I don't have any problems with it. I like to see what's new. I like to see, you know. So I don't mind. Mind it at all. All right, 180's coming in. On the speed. 2,500. Look at all the trains. Mopar, that is a crazy. That's a huge trains. 2,500. Gear down. Laps 2. Rolling out on final. I really like this approach. That's a cool approach. We need to shoot the RNAV every time that we have the ability. I think it was the controller that showed me the approach last time. We've still got a 45 knot headwind on 5 mile final. It's a massive yard. It is. It's pretty crazy. All right, we're going to confirm approach phases. 123 on the V approach speed. Jesus. (2,000 feet). The final approach speed. Flaps 3. Nice wing view. We will record the landing on this one, so we will get a replay. And we'll go flaps full. There we go. Should be fully established just under 2,000 feet. 1,700 feet. Wonderful. About 4 miles out. Can't see the runway yet. I can kind of see the runway. It's right here in front of me. Flap 3 arrival? No, there's no need. The winds are going to come all the way down. They're just quite high right now. Pierce, what's up, man? I have no clue when it's coming, dude. No, I don't even know if I'm getting one, to be honest with you. Any way to not turn on the replay mode after sim start? Yes, go to flightsim.to and there's a mod that somebody has made, and it makes it so that the replay is always on. Speaking of replays, I'm going to start the recording. Yeah, you'll want to do that. Cab's also quite high right now. Take another puff before landing. There we go. Even better now. Cool. Joystick camp's going on. Enjoy the arrival, friends. I'll catch you guys down on the ground. My airplane. Flying our deviation path. Have visual. Man, it's quite nice landing into the sun like that. 3:30, it's getting ready to set. That wind is kind of turning into a crosswind. It's off the nose a little bit. Not too bad. Traffic Air Canada 8113 short final 23 Toronto. Just in case there's anybody betting to line up on the runway.
500.
The wind is kind of like swaying around. You can see right now it's definitely quartering crosswind at 12 knots right now, gusting 12, 13.
300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Good. Reversers out. Nose down gently. Decelerating. Knots, reverser stowed, auto brake off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Toronto. Not bad actually today. Pretty good landings. Pretty good landings, chat. Not too shabby. A little bit floaty on that one. I think that was just like how light the aircraft is right now. It's kind of weird to fly it like this. It is so light, you barely touch the controls, and it just, the nose wants to just go up at you. That's why I tried as my best to fly it into the ground. I started my flare a little bit earlier than I wanted to. But we're down. It's all that matters. I think we made Hotel 2 as well. Look at this. We did make Hotel 2. Good. Now we're making our left turn to Hotel. Ooh, he's going to go that way all the way around. Interesting. I'm going to go Bravo all the way down. All right, clean up our flaps, clean up our ground spoilers. Good, good, good. Short little repositioning flight. We like that. Stop our clock. With the RNAV approach, 53 minutes, chat. We're bang on flight time. Landing lights off, nose light over to taxi. APU master start switches on. Strobe lights are off. Good. Got to run nice landing cap. See you tonight, everyone. Mopar, take care, my friend. I will see you this evening, sir. Yeah, we're going to take Echo all the way down here. Let's go down that way. Favorite part of the flight, definitely the landing. I like cruise and takeoff probably just as much the same. I like cruise just because I get to hang out with you guys. And we kind of get to chat. We kind of get to, you know, talk about what's going on in the world, what's going on in flight sim, what we're all eating, what we're hungry for. So, yeah, but definitely the arrival. The arrival's the most fun, right? I think everybody can agree. That's when everybody's kind of here hanging out. Remember, guys, if you haven't done so, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up. I don't think we're going to come anywhere close to our goal of 300 likes, but I feel that's probably a little bit normal, not like our usual stream that people would kind of, you know, be super interested in. But I had a lot of fun doing this. We're going to do it again tonight. Like I said, we're going to do some Jetz ops again tonight. So definitely a lot of fun. It's good to see you, man. Matthew, take care, man. Hopefully I will see you this evening. Cap, did you see the crazy Spirit Airline nose wheel landing? Reminds me to never take Spirit. I did not see it, no. I did not. You were also competing against V1 live stream. Oh, I didn't know he was live. Yeah, that would probably explain quite a bit then. Yeah. That would explain. Jetz ops into YHU? Where's YHU? I feel like I should know that. CYHU. I don't know that. Montreal, is that where they land? YUL? Did they not take them to, did they not take them to, there's no way they take them all the way out to Mirabel. They land at YHU. Interesting. Huh. Make that interesting. don't think we have any scenery for it, do we? I'd have to check. That's Saint Hubert, yeah. Now, do all the flights go into there, or is that just the... oh my god, he's departing on 1-5. Wow. Or is that just the... okay, there's a free one. Okay, interesting. He kept my X-Men crashes every time I push start with better pushback. I already removed it and downloaded the latest version. Any tips? I don't know why your X-Wing would be doing that. No. I wish I could provide more info. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I cannot. Decap landed nose first, bounced landing, all wheels, and slowly crashed into a fence. Jesus. That's not very good, is it? The flight yesterday back from Columbus arrived in YUL. Ah, there you go. Some teams go to YUL and some YHU, but the Canadians always go to YHU. Interesting. Okay, cool. I'll have a look. Who are the Montreal... Who are they playing tonight? Or tomorrow or something? Do they play anybody? Maybe we could do one of those flights. I'll look for the free scenery. Is the free scenery, like, decent? Do I use add-on linker? No, I don't. Nope. Alright, APU's on. Taxi lights off. Now this is, there should be an actual stand here at 5:47, so I may look for that. Montreal is playing, are the Panthers here or the Panthers in, or are they playing in Florida tonight? It's in Montreal? Okay. Interesting. Stop our recording. Right about there. Cool. Park brake's on. APU bleed's on. Engine number 2 is off. Engine number 1 is off. Beacon light is off. Seatbelt signs are off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Toronto, my friends. What a great day of flying. Super fun day. Cool for a hockey enthusiast or anybody that follows the sport of hockey. That was a fun one. Thoroughly enjoyed that. That was great. Come down here. Have a look at our beautiful airplane. That livery, man. My goodness. That is one good-looking airplane. I would love to see them do all the jets in this livery. I think that could be so badass. Do we agree, chat? Everybody should be, the Air Canada should be painting all their jets aircraft in this livery. It's beautiful. Cool. Let's go ahead and dismiss you. Let's go back to this one. Let's go to remove you guys. We're going to go to panel state. We're going to go ready. We're going to activate. Good. We're going to set our flaps full. We're going to disconnect from VATSIM. Good. We're going to close that. 142, 1.06 on the G. It was a real nice landing, actually. That's good. We can close you as well. Beautiful. All right. Let's get all of our lights on for our replay. Good. 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 Cool. Sweet. Flap should be full. Wonderful. Let's do the replay, chat. Play. Great. Let's bring this forward. Can definitely see the crosswind on the aircraft. For sure. Mark it right about there. Go outside. Give you guys a nice wing view here of the arrival. Look at that. Where are we flying tonight? Well, in light of Montreal and Florida playing, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do Montreal to Fort Lauderdale. How long of a flight is that, chat? As long as it's not too crazy. CYUL to, or are they at? I guess it depends where they're at right now. Are they, did the Does the Panthers fly out of Montreal, or do they fly out of the other one? Crosswind. Not a bad landing at all, chat. Nice down onto the struts. Beautiful. I'm actually very happy with how that happened. Very happy with that arrival. Hard to see the color black on the sky. Aside from that, it's good. Wait, what? Maybe when the sun's hitting, or are you talking about like nighttime or something like that? Thank you for awesome stream, Captain. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I don't know if the Panthers fly into like YUL, or if they're flying in and out of the other airport, Saint Hubert. 305 by an A321 today. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad at all. It's a little bit of a long one. I'll see if I can find some more flights. Maybe we can find some other flights for people flying. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like that's stretching, because block time, that'd probably be close to about a 4-hour stream, Davis. That's pretty late, especially in the evening. So I may look for a different one. Just to kind of see which ones we can do. But mods, donators, and sponsors, thanks so much for everything you guys do for the channel. Without you guys here, none of this would be possible. So I want to thank you all very, very much for your continued support. So many gifted members today, so many awesome donations coming in as well. Thank you everybody for the support. Truly do appreciate it. We had over 17 new members today as well. So thank you all so much for support. Appreciate y'all. You guys are absolutely awesome. To everybody else that cannot donate using a monetary value, but donates with your time, your effort, staying in stream, smashing down that thumbs up button, I want to thank you guys just as much. Thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate y'all. There is going to be another stream this evening. I don't know exactly where we're going to be flying. So many ideas now. I feel like that flight is maybe a little bit too long for an evening stream, so we'll see. Maybe we can fly, I don't know, one of the other Canadian teams or something like that. I'll have a look at the schedule and we can kind of decide on that. Very happy with today's flights as well. Very happy with the arrivals. I feel like we did a decent job flying the approaches, especially with those crazy crosswind approaches today into my brain is drawing a complete blank. Columbus, that's where we flew today. We are going to fly again this evening, so make sure you do come out if you are available to come and hang out. We'll be flying more flights this evening in the Air Canada Jetz livery. All right, guys, enjoy the replays, enjoy the outro, and I look forward to seeing you guys all, hopefully, this evening. Happy landings, my friends. See